Simpsons Index, an online spreadsheet that is also a podcast. This is the podcast. Coming to you out of SideQuest Studios, this is the Simpsons Index, episode 140. Hello out there, I'm your host, Elliot Jay O'Neill, and joining me in SideQuest Studios is Danny Rosewell.
I'm Danny Rosewell.
And here as always, except when he's not, BT Calloway.
No, hoi hoi.
And thank you for joining us for the Simpsons Index. This is a podcast where we watch and review 3 episodes of The Simpsons at a time, but there's a twist. Each episode must come from a different decade. Who's our sponsor this week?
Oh, man.
Damn, I should have seen this going. Frosted Crustios.
Ah, yes. The cereal with all the crust and all the frost.
Everything growing bodies need.
If you must swallow, don't chew.
And so, as mentioned, the format of this show is we review 3 episodes of The Simpsons, each coming from a different decade. And this particular episode spans a lot of decades. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's get into it. This was Season 29, Episode 8, Mr. Lisa's Opus. First released in...
Sorry.
I forget to pause sometimes for the bad puns in the episode
That's
titles.
not even a pun. Oh.
She didn't have an opus.
And why is it
was
Mr. Is it Mr. Lisa?
Mr. Lisa's
Why
Opus.
is it not just fucking criminy? Ah.
Mr. Holland? Mr.
Yeah,
Holland's
it's meant to be.
opus?
It's a riff on Mr. Holland's opus. This episode had nothing to do with that. And why is it Mr. Lisa's? Just fuck.
It should have been Miss DeLisa.
Yeah, goddamn criminy on a fucking. That's just. I don't even have
It
words.
should have been very different.
Well, it was Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington.
Yeah, but
which he actually did in
Yeah,
that
at least she
episode.
went to Washington. This has Mr. Holland's opus is nothing like this.
Yeah. First released in December of 2017, it was directed by Stephen Dean Moore, written by Al Jean.
Hey!
That says a lot in this episode. So this is like the episode Barthood, where it's showing Lisa through a few different decades. And yeah, as she's writing a story for her Harvard college admissions, then she goes to Harvard. Hey guys, what do we think?
This episode made me think about doing drugs just to brighten my day, just to give me something to live for.
Well, the day's still young. We could hook into some day drinking, but
No, I need something harder.
This disappointed me.
Yeah,
Very much.
This honestly could have just skirted by as being forgettable, but it becomes so bad.
Yeah.
And not in any kind of heavy cringe moments or anything like that. It just...
Well, I brought this episode today because back in our very first podcast, we did Barthood, which, wasn't a perfect episode by any stretch, but I think we quite liked that episode. Like, it got a positive rating. It got shiny bronze from memory. And we applauded it because it was looking at Bart's life through all the stages except when he was 10.
Yeah.
See, and I'm going to skip to me first. What stood out to me, for better or worse, the pacing of this episode, especially in comparison to that one, is all over the fucking place.
Yeah, my first 3 notes is 7 years ago, now it's 17 years later, now it's her 7th birthday. Later on we go to 14, then we go to 10 years, and it's like, fuck, structure this, god damn.
And speaking of structure, the arc resolves before the 3rd act, and then the 3rd act with her at college is just a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
No, that's when she meets her lesbian girlfriend.
For all of 3 seconds, and then she goes, I had a good life. Here's a montage.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's going to be my note for this one is, what is this episode about? First, it's about her writing her college application. Then it's about her going to Harvard. Then it's about her meeting this other girl who's so like her, she doesn't like her. Then it's about her meeting this other girl who's so like her, she likes her. And it's like, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
Just settle on a thing. If it was okay, have it. Lisa, 8 years old, writing her college admission essay early because she's that kind of forward-thinking person. That's what you do. That's where you structure this. It's right there, and they just bounce around in 6 different time zones for no fucking reason. And it's so frustrating. And then, she meets this girl and goes, oh, I think I've made a friend. Or maybe it's something more. It's like, are you hinting that she might be, bi-curious or something? What the fuck are you doing?
It's such a late admission to, not go anywhere. Danny, what stands out to you for better or worse, though?
I really liked... See that? You see how I
What'd you
started
like?
like that? I really liked the quality of the drawing. The scenery at Harvard was very pretty. The trees and things. It was all full, but it didn't have that really cramped, crowded vibe that a lot of the HD stuff does.
Yeah, they didn't put a lot of jokes in there, so that kept it very free and
it
clear
wasn't
for
like
bullshit.
noisy in the background. I didn't like that they kept changing character models. They clearly were doing it in order to kind of separate the time periods, but I feel like they put too much of a point on making every time period really distinct. I don't know. We already have sort of an established young Homer character model.
Yeah, we see Homer when Lisa's 7 and he's got like that
The horseshoe
hair.
Yeah.
It's like we've seen him at this age before. He didn't have that.
Yeah,
and it looks really weird.
Yeah. And when he is balding, it looks more natural in the old days.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
more of a receding rather than
rather than like the monk tonsure, I believe is the term.
Just pulling it out in frustration over the arrival of a new kid.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, they were all very pretty. Even the character models were very pretty, although they didn't sit right with me. I think that might just be like a continuity thing or...
Yeah. I think it stands out as a sticking point for me as well because of the jumping around all over the place in various different timelines.
Maybe that's it. If they had it more structured and less like haphazard, even like something like Memento makes more sense in terms of coherent narrative. Damn, there's a better word for that. Doesn't matter. Non-consecutive, non-linear. There we go. Non-linear narrative. But I think because we're jumping around so much for no reason, but they felt like they had to really separate the regions by making the character models distinct. But then it just feels like we're jumping between a whole set of different characters that aren't as related because they're all separate people. And
Sorry, I just remember there's another plot line about Marge leaving Homer.
Oh my
and Homer quitting drinking.
God.
It's like this episode does so much and yet so little.
The reason this one, I'm saving this is my rant for the awards, so cut it out here and chuck it in the awards at the end. But the reason this really sucks for me is that it's not just like a bad episode, it's like 12 bad episodes all glued together at once.
Yeah, God, I almost forgot the fucking Marge Homer storyline even happened.
Which comes out of nowhere because it's Lisa's 14th birthday and she comes home and is carrying all these gifts and then tries to put them in her closet for some reason, but her closet's
Who's she
full.
hiding them from?
I don't know. It's like, oh, I better put them in Mom's closet. Like, why?
They're
You
hurt.
open them and look at them.
What the fuck is going on?
It's why you start. It's just so frustrating 'cause it doesn't make any sense to begin with.
And to further highlight how much they're blitzing through this story, Homer and Flanders a little back and forth through the 12 steps, and then he never drank again.
And then he never drank again. I didn't mind the 12-step blitz because, I mean, yes, they've done the blitz through the things a lot, like the 12 steps of death.
Yeah.
12 steps of...
5 stages of grieving.
5 stages of grieving. You've eaten sushi, so you're going to die.
Yeah.
Where Homer just rushes through them incredibly quickly. Yeah,
that was great. That was a great bit. So I could go, I see what they're doing. Although, since there were 12 of these, it really felt like, hey, let's teach the audience about what the 12 steps are. Then there was the hell scene. And you lost me. It went too long. It was too everyone talking to the camera. This is what my metaphor is.
Oh, yes, have a flaming Mo, the most expensive thing at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Overpriced, rather. And just on the flaming Mo, have I done my flaming Mo at Universal Studios rant?
Not recently.
It is pathetic. It is a fucking orange drink. The original flaming Mo is purple.
Yep.
It is not on fire. It's got dry ice in it or something. And it's not alcoholic.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate it's not on fire. Okay, fair. That's hard. And things have to be, it's a dangerous thing to have around. Okay, fair enough. But not purple and non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
How much cough syrup's in there?
0.
We didn't try one, right?
No, I'm pretty sure we did, because otherwise how could we complain about it?
I just saw him and when I was like, fuck this. But we did try the Rip Witch, which was messy.
Really?
It's just a pulled pork sandwich, but it was fine.
Oh, the Harry Potter butterbeer stuff is just the bomb.
Oh my God, I almost died. That was so sickly sweet.
That was, disgustingly sweet.
I went to Uni Japan instead of Uni America. Maybe
different version, maybe.
It was yours like a frozen Coke version?
No, it was incredibly sweet.
It was halfway between, for me, a creaming soda that had a bit of a Werther's original flavor and an all syrup super squishy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So it's sort of the same sort of that caramelly creaming soda, like brown cream soda. Ladies and gentlemen, go out there and buy brown cream soda until you stack your pantries.
You have to look hard, and usually you get it in the lesser supermarkets, your IGAs and friendly grocers and whatever.
Schweppes. Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Brought to you by brown creaming soda. That's right. If you can find it, you drink it.
Play count. How many times far today have you seen this episode?
0.
Merciful God, this is the first time.
Yeah, this is the second time.
Are you okay?
I was so excited when I actually first saw this episode pop up because I'm like, it's nice when The Simpsons shake up the format in the HD era, and Buthood was a pleasant surprise for us. And the thought that they were going to do this for Lisa again and that this is what they delivered.
Yeah, they just
So disappointing.
Structure it, for fuck's sake.
Wackiness. Was this a particularly cartoony episode of The Simpsons?
Yes.
Hellsing, yes. Future Mo has spider legs, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was another thing I really hated was, remember, when we go through Lisa's wedding and the future stuff is all kind of clever and funny.
Yeah.
And in this, there's just everything's robots now.
Yeah, the
Everything's
unpacking
robots.
bots.
And the rowing robot and,
Cycling robot.
The hover treadmill.
The hover treadmill.
Oh, that scene where Homer, he keeps telling the robot to shut up, and it's like, once again, we as the audience are saying, yes, shut up.
Yeah. Roommate's telekinetic because all people in the future are telekinetic.
Well, that's one of her SAT scores. It's not. She majored in telekinesis.
Yeah, but if she just said it would be fine, but then to float something and
Just
go,
to prove it.
Telekinesis when you move things with your mind. Like,
Well,
I know.
It's a real show and telekinesis joke.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yay, reluctant applause.
Yeah.
You get a slope.
But on that note, if the joke is that they're normalizing telekinesis as part of the SAT scores, she wouldn't have to show Lisa what telekinesis is. You should just be like, oh, telekinesis. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I studied that. I took a, minor.
Yeah.
So her telekinetic roommate as well was played by Kat Dennings.
And why?
Dude, there were just like fucking name drops everywhere.
Yeah, and they all did nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick a single one.
So you might know Kat Dennings from Two Broke Girls, and she was the funny girl in Thor.
Yeah, I know Kat Dennings. She's nice.
Who's the funny girl in Thor? Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah, she was like Natalie Portman's wacky scientist friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's a real hunk. I bet you're going to sleep with him. Shut up, I am not.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And she's one of the broke girls. I'm so broke.
Me too.
I've never seen the show.
Oh,
No
man.
one has.
This is perfect, though.
That's the show of you and me redubbing Two Broke Girls. Coming soon.
So the name drops as well. Norman Lear showed up in a cameo at the end when they rehashed the Those Were the Days song from All in the Family, the Archie Bunker thing. Yeah. Another show I've never seen. But apparently it's a worthwhile watch.
Oh my God, All in the Family.
Dude, if you're in that generation and it happened to be on, you'd walk past and be like, oh, there's that song again.
That was the song. Valerie Harper, a semi-regular guest star on The Simpsons, returning as her first grade teacher, Mrs. Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Was Mrs. Miles been dropped before?
No, Valerie Harper has.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. That was another thing I was like, the fuck is this happening for? Why is there a new teacher?
No, well, not only that, we spend about 5 minutes on everyone forgetting Lisa's birthday, and then Homer remembers Lisa's birthday, and they all do. It's like, then why did we do any of that?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no, over arc with this episode.
No, it's just stuff.
Yeah, there's just all these little mini arcs that just don't feel satisfying.
Well, it's just a progression from people have forgotten, people have remembered. There's no sort of...
No conflict, no payoff, no nothing. It's just, I forgot your birthday. Well, good thing I remembered it now. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. That's
the story.
Yeah.
What a great story, folks.
See, I kind of liked the line of even Homer going, oh, Lisa, you forgot your birthday.
Yeah,
but then it's undercut by Bart going, we all forgot.
Yeah.
And it's, stick to your premise, god damn it. Another guest star, because this actually ties into the wackiness. John Lovitz returns as Artie Ziff.
I hated this bit so much because, so Lisa goes through Marge's cupboard and finds somehow this digital photo that was taken...
Which time period are we in this?
Exactly. How is there a young Artie Ziff in a photograph that can talk to her now because it's somehow been recorded and it's like a iPad thing? It's like, but that technology didn't exist in whatever time period this... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And it's all just to have him go, oh, she might leave Homer. Oh, I'm in. Yay. And it's like, I fucking know.
It's John Lovitz hard on cash because, in the HD era, they've been bringing back him and Llewellyn Sinclair just for these little bits. And
maybe he's just like, you're going to put me in an episode and you're going to like it.
So it wasn't
you
a bad
can
John
love
Lovitz.
it or leave it.
That was good.
Yeah, you're on fire today, man.
Acting.
Who fucking signs your own autograph lecherously yours?
Artie Ziff.
Well, Marge, signed that pre-breakup letter as bitterly yours or whatever.
Really yours, but I'm still yours.
People are really getting into their adverbs.
Yeah, adverb. It's
Adding.
you're describing the verb you're doing.
Oh.
I bitterly ran to the shops.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
I furiously podcasted.
The last guest star was Kip Lennon, no relation to John.
Or Jack.
Or Julian.
So who did he play?
He played... And this was interesting. I didn't actually know this. He was the Michael Jackson impersonator from
right.
Stark Raving Dad, who did Michael Jackson's singing voice because, as we know, Michael Jackson back then was contractually obligated not to sing on anything. So while Michael Jackson did an uncredited speaking role in Stark Raving Dad...
Did you say Michael Jackson was contractually obligated not to sing on anything?
Yeah, only things that the studio were publishing.
He's contractually obligated not to sing on things except for the things that he's contractually obligated to sing on.
Yes.
All right.
But he was allowed to do the speaking role on The Simpsons.
But not sing.
But he's
not
dead
sing.
now.
But he's dead now, so fuck that guy. And also, for other reasons, fuck that guy. So Kip Lennon, in that role, did his singing voice. And I didn't know this. He was also the voice of Leon Kompowski in that episode.
Leon Kompowski, right at the end. I just started talking like this, and people seemed to like it.
That's it. And so, yeah, he came back and they did a reprise of Lisa, It's Your Birthday.
Which was like almost sweet. Almost. Because for like a half second, Lisa starts enjoying it. And then she's like, oh, but now you're still going on. And the audience is like, yeah, they're still going on, aren't they?
Yeah, the joke, like the point they're making is that it's the same old boring song that he sings to her every year. Does he bust Michael Jackson out of the insane asylum every year and sing the same old boring song?
Is it the first time that he's done it in 7 years? In which case, fair enough. That's an interesting thing to reprise. That's kind of sweet in a dumb way.
But it's also starting out with Bart like randomly hitting the bin as the bongo,
yeah,
and
he's
there's
not
no
keeping rhythm.
Yeah,
his rhythm was shit in the first one too. Sorry.
Yeah, but not as shit.
Yeah, like they at least had the piano and stuff in it, and they sort of built it up, and then before you know it, there's strings in it and stuff, and then
Credits.
Yeah. Scene.
But yeah, it's very much just like the Flaming Moe and what was the other throwback? The song at the end.
Yeah.
It's all just, remember this, you like
the
this, you like this
fucking
show.
movie is just, wow, that it does feel like a movie. It's like 19 hours of
we
plot.
were in it and you just turned and said, I have no idea how long we've been watching this. Has it been 10 minutes or are we nearly done? Our credit's about to roll.
And I was fucking right, man. Like, I still don't know if that point was 10 minutes or 28 minutes in.
Yeah, it was just,
Actually, I remember once when we were watching a bad episode with James from Pods in the Kia Springfield. Don't forget to like and subscribe. One of his quotes was, "What is the nature of time?"
Wow. He doesn't fuck around.
No. Just lastly on the wackiness before we move on. Yeah, the fucking origin story overloads. Fucking, here's the story of Maggie's pacifier addiction.
Yeah.
Dude, they just had to drop everything in there, you know?
Sorry, I just read a note and I got angry again.
Ooh,
which was just Skinner's mother. Skinner's already this freaking out weirdo about his mom. And it goes nowhere and lasts forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Lisa gets sent to his office and she's just like, oh, but I can't really tell you why I'm sad. Well, mother, go. And it's like, why is this here? What did this do? This formed no function whatsoever.
Like we've said on the podcast before, it's the Skinnerization. It's not necessarily the Flanderization.
Yeah, like his very first introduction of the mother thing with like the psycho bit on the hill. That's incredible.
Very subtle, yeah.
You don't need to like ham it in again. It's been hammed in, guys. All of this shit's been introduced. It's all introduced. There's nothing.
It's almost like this show's been on for 30 years.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
It has.
Coming soon, Simpsons Season 31. We'll be indexing it till the day we die.
Till we die!
And the origin story of Lisa's red dress. I wear blue all the time. Oh, not today. I'll just wear red just this once.
She really didn't give a shit that her favorite dress broke. She just like forgot about it straight away.
Much like the plots of this episode.
Yeah.
They didn't give a shit.
Oh, and then she's like, I can't believe everyone forgot my birthday. Well, except Luigi. He always remembers. And then Luigi's standing next to her. I'm in your room with a pizza with candles on it.
And here's this guy from your elementary school who's also here with cupcakes. Everybody birthday.
Yeah. Someone you clearly haven't seen since first grade.
Yeah.
He never turns up in any of the middle years.
Yep. Nope. Good old Hubert Wong.
Hubert Wong still brings those same old cupcakes.
It's the only recipe he knows how to make.
Yeah.
Learned from his mother. The only recipe she knew how to make.
Yeah.
He should put that in his Harvard admission letter.
Yeah.
Wong family cupcakes.
Heart.
Nope.
It cries for this whole, like, Lisa being a baby, looking at the sun, going, light, light. But what does that mean? That's not tied to anything.
Euphoria. She's making up words.
Yeah, and it's like, it thinks it has heart with this Homer looking at little Lisa in her crib and
then fantasizing about Einstein and his light shoes.
Yeah, or if we'd like cut back and then the whole thing had been, Homer talking about, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to you in the future, and then we start going through timelines. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just a thing that's there. Lisa is a baby. Oh, you have feelings now. Get it? Because she's a baby. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
This is a drawing of a baby. I don't give shits about it.
And they try to shoehorn a bit of heart in at the end with, like, Lisa going backwards through her life, going, yeah, it's been a pretty good life up until this point. And it's like going for that sweetness. But yeah, again, because it wasn't built up, those, like, individual moments that they're calling back to just don't feel like anything.
Yeah. Heart. Points. Heart. Hey, there we are. Her trying to save their marriage, her trying to get him to quit drinking, him being like, oh, I've got to quit the drinking. there's so many points here. They're clearly reaching for heart. And like, you can't just say, well, we should make them cry now. Let's make them feel something. And that's done.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going, you can't have an episode about a bit of heart, so we're gonna have Homer resolve to stop drinking. It's like, okay, but what is that tied to? No, what do you mean? I put the heart in. I put the words.
Yeah.
It says Homer, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking. That's it. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm going to take my check now.
That's it. This episode doesn't work on its own. It requires a lot of previous
Yes.
Simpsons knowledge, and it's not
Yes.
necessarily a bad thing. But for all these individual stories to mean anything, you have to have already done the work as a Simpsons fan.
Yes.
And we've sort of seen that.
And if you've done all the work, you don't need to see it.
Yeah, you know how overhashed every single step is.
Yeah. So that's the heart for you. Ultimately, though, did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Felt like 14 episodes of The Simpsons at the same time.
It felt like something that had cut the Simpsons face off and was wearing it for its face, going, I'm your Simpson.
Jesus. Oh, it felt like, when fans try to write an episode of the thing they like and they just try to point all the things in to look
They try to shove everything in.
everything in. Yeah. That's what it felt like. Ooh, here's this bit. Ooh, here's that bit. That bit. I love that bit.
No, this bit, I have to put it as my favorite,
Yeah,
so I'm going to
they're
put that
gonna
in.
love that.
My mum loves this bit, so I'm going to put that in my episode.
And what if Mo had spider legs?
Yeah. And so there's just so much shit. It literally distorts space-time.
Yep.
Like a weight on a rubber sheet.
Yeah. And look, in terms of like feeling like the show as well, like these format breaking episodes, they can still feel like The Simpsons, but
Structure.
yeah. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's just too messy to feel like
Why?
anything.
Why did it chop its shit into pieces?
Chop my shit into pieces.
Well, I mean, why the Memento bullshit? Why the
chop around
the
in time?
non-linear? Thank you. Yeah, like none of those things needed to be out of order, and it doesn't add any sort of like. It's not a sort of confused mystery where that adds to the sense of.
It doesn't add anything. Moving the timeline around gives us nothing.
Well, I mean, I don't think the Harvard admission letter was a bad framing device. It's
No,
just that.
but if they'd stuck to it.
But if
because
there was no arc, like, yeah, between the Lisa birthday thing and the Homer quitting drinking thing, it isn't an overarching theme. So then it's a messy Harvard admission letter. Then they shouldn't let her in.
It's a really messy letter. Is her letter when I was a kid? They forgot my birthday, but everything's good now. Is that what?
pretty
is
much.
that why I should let you into Harvard?
Yeah, it was when I was 7, everyone forgot my birthday, but then
Yep.
my dad remembered,
Yep.
and they sang me, they put candles in my Fruit Loops.
Yep.
The end.
I did kind of like actually her blowing out the candles and they just all sort of fell
I
in
don't,
the cereal.
like, there are maybe points here and there that could have worked if I wasn't having such a miserable time.
Yeah.
Let me into Harvard. And then Harvard sends her a drone that shoots the other drones from the other universities.
Yeah.
Wacky. Step back to
Waka,
wacky.
waka, waka, waka.
And they're like, they made this big deal about pressing the instant accept button. Wow, they have an instant accept button. Yeah, fucking everyone does. It's called clicking the mouse on your fucking computer.
Yeah, it would be harder and slower to send a drone than it would an email.
Fuck is this? Oh, it's so futurismo.
Everything's robots.
Yeah, computers, they're a thing of the past. We have big round buttons like a Bugs Bunny movie.
Yep. Oh, and while we're talking about feeling and character integrity and also a little bit of wackiness on the side, Homer turning into Grandpa.
Oh, fuck off, mate. I get the joke. I see what they're going for.
Yeah, fine concept. Just do it and be done. Don't spend 6 years doing it.
Yeah. And like, it's fun to do the bit with the voice actor, change the voice, blah, 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 blah. But chopping between the voices like 5 times back to consecutively, I don't like it, man. You should have just sort of slowly trailed into one and just stayed there for a while.
Yes.
So many bites of that shitty little rotten apple.
Back and forth and back and forth and meh.
Well, it was already so rotten because we already had a grandpa rant in this episode, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't have more than one, even if one of them is Homer being grandpa. Fuck it. And then, ended on the depressing note with Grandpa on his deathbed. Yeah, I know.
Oh, God, that was sad.
That shot of Grandpa on his deathbed, which might just be his regular bed, but he was clearly not doing well.
Well, I mean, mind you, he was just hooked up to a breathing machine, and I am every night as well.
Yeah, me too, man.
This episode brought to you by CPAP machines. Get them if you snore. So, yes or no, would you watch this episode again?
No. Only to mock it.
Yeah, to mock it, critique it. I actually quite enjoy doing this again, talking shit about it, but no, not if it means watching it. Sorry, I changed my mind.
No, to me, this is something that they should actually show in Harvard as a, this is what not to do.
Oh, yeah, like in a filmmaking
it's great
criticism.
It's great what not to do script writing example.
Yeah.
Can I say we left out her meeting a fantasy boy at Harvard whose dad is like a 30 billionaire, and he's like, can we make out? And she's like, stay here, I've got to duck out of this fantasy, fix my parents' relationship.
Well, can we see other people?
And then she like fantasizes the building's falling on him.
It's like, but you fantasized him asking.
I know.
And then someone holds up a sign and says $30 billion won't rebuild this college. Like,
What
college
what kinda-
comments? And yeah, how does she make the thing fall? It's either an I Dream of Jeannie or a Bewitched. I Dream of Jeannie because Bewitched is the nose.
Yeah. Also, now that I'm on a roll here, there were a lot of really sloppy kissing noises in this episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bart
really
does some
sloppy.
making out and they're really...
Bart's making out is really mouthy and noisy.
smooching her like a mule eating an apple.
Homer and Marge making out as they like get down to bed. They were really noisy and sloppy. They're usually a lot more...
So I'm quickly just thinking back to that Bart bit, because that whole point of that scene is he says to Lisa, I've known you your whole life, and you know what? You belong here. And it's like, but why? Like, just like the heart, it just he thinks that saying that line is giving it purpose and meaning. It's like, no, there's nothing, no build, no
he
nothing.
saved everything.
Yeah.
Still angry. Gonna be angry for a while.
Yeah, disappointed. Disappointed!
BT, what would you change?
Everything. No, just pick a point and stick to it. Pick a timeline and stick to it. Pick a framing device and stick to it. Rather than have three of everything, have one. And that's all you need. Have it about Lisa, 8 years old, deciding to get ahead by starting work on her college admissions essay now. Maybe this is her 8th birthday and everyone's forgotten. And she's also talking about the time they forgot last year and the year before that. And that's your framing device. And then don't go to Harvard, or if you do, have it be a flash forward right at the very end. But just give it structure. Give it a point. Something.
Danny?
I want to see more of that lesbianism. No, I'm just... I actually kind of think he's right. Don't go to the future. All that Jetsons-y robot shit, you don't need that there. It's almost certainly not going to be there in 2020 whenever she goes to uni.
Yeah. So yeah, get them off that crazy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they went a little overboard on trying to date the references, like the "those are the days" thing, when they're like, "Hey, everyone, remember Nirvana? Remember how modems tried to connect to the internet?"
Oh, fucking modem joke.
I know. How desperate are they to appeal to the 30-somethings? It's so much. It's so too much. And the whole episode felt like that to me. All the past things were like, remember the past? Remember the past?
Hey, past. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need that. Just sit in a pocket, and just enjoy. Just enjoy. I quite like Beach being like, have young her start her college letter. Dear da-da-da-da-da. By the time you read this, I'll be fully grown. But right now... I'm a young girl with hopes and dreams. I reckon that can be great. Because Lisa, I was saving this big rant for a better episode, but to me, Lisa is who you are supposed to be, in The Simpsons, always. Lisa and Marge, in fact, are the ones you're supposed to empathize with. She's like struggling with her family that run around, don't respect her, and her house is falling down, and the husband's a drunk, and she's like ignored by her. She's smarter than everyone around her, and she's da-da-da-da-da. And you're not supposed to be Bart and Homer. They're like comic relief. They're dumb, and they run around like bullying, and they tease, and they laugh, and they blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you're meant to love them. You're meant to want to be them.
Yeah. Whereas Lisa, she's not like a Mary Sue character. She's like where the writer inserts himself as like, check out how cool and dark and mysterious I am with my trench coat and like fringe over one eye.
Yep.
That's
Self-insert
it's a thing.
characters.
Self-insert characters.
Yeah.
Lisa's like the opposite of that. A Sue Mary, where it's like they're the one that the writer thinks they really are,
Sue Mary, I hardly know her.
She's the girl that was intelligent and overlooked and emotional and creative and likes music and wants to go to college and wants to make something of herself, and she feels like the rest of her family don't blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Lisa's the character that's supposed to be you.
Yeah.
I didn't get that out of this. This could have been a good episode.
Yeah. I think that's the most frustrating part, is there are good ideas in this shit pile.
Yeah. You don't need any of this shit. Snip 98 years out of this 20-minute story, and it should end with her letter getting on the desk of Harvard,
Yeah.
It shouldn't end with them accepting her. It should end with, here's the letter.
Well, I mean, like I was saying before, that's why the third act felt like and then, because we've essentially, we've resolved the framework of those flashbacks with the Harvard admissions letter by her getting in.
By midpoint, we have completely disregarded our framing device.
Yeah. I think that's why the episode felt so long, because, we've essentially gone over the point of the framework of justifying the jumps around in time.
We're on a completely new thing by the midpoint.
And that doesn't even have an arc to it. It's like, like you said, she has a person that's like her that she hates and a person that like her that she likes, and then the episode's over.
Yeah.
And are all three of them still rooming in the same room?
Presumably.
Unresolved. And look, this is what I'd change about the episode. I agree. Yeah, it should absolutely end with the letter going on the desk and them going stamp approved or e-stamp approved.
Or just opening it and you know what, they're going to read it and...
have it be she's going through all these things trying to write it and she's throwing out admissions letter after admissions letter, not happy with it. And at the end she's like, you know what, I'm still 8, maybe I should better go live so I can have something to write about. And ends with her going outside and playing with her family.
Forrest Gump ending.
Yeah.
the feather flies away. I love that song.
So look, I actually think there is potential for this episode to actually be about Lisa trying to help resolve her family issues, in that, Homer does drink too much, and certainly as she gets older, it's going to be more of a problem for him keeping up his health. I mean, frickin' hell, his hover treadmill is telling him he's about to die. So I think there is a way for them to do that, but they need to make that the entire arc, because it's a serious thing. It deserves serious time and commitment into the bit.
So maybe we go through a different age where she's trying to take care of a different family member, and in the end she's like, no, they're going to be fine on their own, and I just need to accept them.
Or what about if it's young her writing about her fears? I'm scared that his alcoholism will lead to an early grave. I'm scared that this...
Ooh, and then he finds the letter, and that's the thing that,
boy...
So this is why you get a room of people when you're writing an episode to bounce some ideas around, so you don't end up with an incoherent pile of stupid.
That's it, Al Jean. Get out of your fucking McMansion.
You know, Al Jean is an anagram for EJ Anal.
All right. EJ is a Lano.
That's what my dominatrix marked in her diary.
That's just a good kind of, that's what she said. That's what my dominatrix put in her diary.
BT, any other notes?
I have one because it was stupid and went nowhere. It's like, you can't park your car in the Harvard yard.
What the fuck was the point of that?
Was this whole bit meant to be he can't understand him? Because then he starts going through it slowly and he understands him just fine. It's like...
Boston accents.
I guess. Like, fuck. But yeah, other than that, I've yelled at all my notes already.
Danny, any other bits from the episode you wanted to mention?
Probably like 37. There's just so much garbage.
The bits I completely forgot even happened.
Yeah, for real.
Well, it's time for my final notes.
Now it's time for his final notes. Elliot's final notes. Nice.
I think we all cringed when Bart stabs Homer in the shin with a pencil.
That was my big note. Thank you.
Yeah, because there's kind of this thing where he's going to go show his dad a drawing he did, but then Homer heaps all this praise on Lisa.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he obviously decides to do something bad to get attention instead. But again, nothing happens of that.
Oh, Lisa's praise was totally deserved. Except he didn't just praise Lisa. He was like, oh, you're so much better than Bart the idiot.
Yeah.
That we had to pull out of the vagina by the elbow.
What?
Yeah.
That
he came out elbow first.
No, I remember the bit, but it was just like, okay.
Why does that make him stupid?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's another dropped plot point where it's like kind of hinting at like Bart was overshadowed by Lisa's smartness.
Yeah, him being resentful, blah, blah, blah. That pen stab, holy shit. Also, on that note, now that we're doing Elliot's final notes.
Yeah. Here's some more Danny final notes.
I felt really uncomfortable watching grown-up Bart strangle Homer. That felt really like ugly to me, like a power imbalance.
I don't even remember that
Grown-up
happening.
Homer strangling grown-up Bart?
No, after that, Bart starts strangling Homer.
God damn it, Danny, you made me rewatch the scene just to be sure, but Bart absolutely doesn't strangle Homer in this bit. And just to be sure, I skimmed the rest of the episode. He doesn't strangle him at any point in this episode. I would have just removed this part of the conversation, except we're about to make reference to this. Wow, I don't remember that one, because I remember the one where Bart's like, you're choking someone who can vote.
The end of that same scene. Oh,
and then he goes...
we have to stop President Kid Rock.
Yeah, don't, Simpsons. You've done it once before. Don't fucking do it again.
Oh, man, this was so early in the episode, I forgot how much I hate that shit.
In Kid Rock's defense, when he said he was going to run for Senate, he did come out and go, No, of course I was joking. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the world we live in.
I didn't like how desperately they were like pointing out that Bart's an adult. Like, you're
Yeah.
someone that can vote now, and you're tall, and you're in a house.
Yeah, he goes,
and
oh, why are you little? It's like, I'm not little. I'm 20 years old and I live at home.
There.
You know?
Why that? I'm not little. I'm 20 years old and I live at home.
Yeah, it's not like, I didn't get up this morning and go, oh, well, hi, Daniel Rosewell, my friend I've known since high school, and Elliot, good to see you, housemate that we record a podcast with. You don't just state what you're doing.
Yeah, especially here in the year 2019.
I'm not little. I'm 20 years old is bad. That's bad writing. And I live at home is totally unrelated.
To be fair, I'm at the age now where I have to remind my parents how old I am.
And where you live.
And where I live. And what year it is.
You're choking a man that's able to vote.
That changes this dynamic somehow.
Oh.
Ralph is still in second grade.
His hair was garbage.
It was weird.
Speaking of hair, he's growing a mustache under his long nose.
Does that mean penis? Or does that mean nose?
Under his long nose.
What? Where are your pubes?
On my shoulders where they belong.
Along with his penises.
Maybe it does mean nose then. And maybe it means moustache.
But why long nose?
I'm
It's
growing
so
a moustache
weird.
under my long nose.
But surely that's just your nose.
Oh, in the script, they forgot to put a space there. So I'm growing a moustache in front of my long nose became I'm growing a moustache in front of my long nose. Garbage. Oh, did that hair kind of remind you of Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, never go full R word.
Yes. Republican. Never go full Republican.
One and the same. We actually had another guest voice actor in Kevin Michael
thank
Richardson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Time for us to Michael Dan R. Richardson's.
Yeah, good old KMR was playing the voice of the letter.
Again,
Envelope.
I almost liked it. Was like, what's it say? I can't read. It's like, okay, fair enough.
But especially, in this future world where everything is robots, was this real letter?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was fantasy or not.
Yeah.
I liked the nicknames they had for the instruments, like, oh, you can sure play that licorice stick, and...
Yeah, although that's in the distant future of robot times, and they're still using, 30s slang to talk about clarinets and saxes.
Yeah, the 30s didn't happen in the future.
For most jazz musicians, the 30s never stopped happening. And that's happening with, several apostrophes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
H
yeah.
apostrophe A P P apostrophe E N apostrophe.
As little vowels as possible and all the apostrophes.
Yeah, fair enough.
And on our perfectly legally acquired file of watching this episode, a Survivor banner ad ruined a subtitle joke.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. She got perfect SAT scores on her telekinesis. She got SAT scores on learning to speak fluent cat.
Yep.
That's a bad joke.
And so, the subtitle joke for us read, I'm glad to Survivor on at 7:30 tonight.
We're all glad for Survivor.
Time to rank this thing. On the Simpsons Index, we rank using our 6-point scale, which starts down the bottom at failure. Maybe if the episode is just meh, you give it participant. But for the positive rankings, you got okay bronze, good silver, excellent gold. But for the best of the very best, you give cubic zirconia. I'm going to go first. Let me show you how it's done. I'm failing this one. It fucked up every potential that it had in every way, and we've written 5 better episodes already. Fuck this piece of shit, Danny.
I also will fail this one. I was just thinking just then, I mean, I don't really have to go into depth why to explain it. We've just done that for 40 minutes. But I was just thinking then, you know how I was talking about how it felt like a fan cramming all their favorite bits into a thing?
Good old fan cram.
Yeah, internet fans where they're like, what if Lisa could speak cat and she had a lesbian girlfriend that was psychic and they both played jazz instruments? Oh my God.
So it's more like fanfic rather than a
so
fan episode.
Fanfic.
Yeah.
It's so fanfic. Yeah, fail this shit.
Yep.
And BT, finish it off.
I'm also on a fail. This one isn't like one of those egregious sins. I'm not going to remember it terribly well, but it has no redeeming features. There's nothing I liked here. And it's just a squander of an idea over and over. And so formless and pointless and terrible. You could literally put several scripts in a blender and get something more cohesive.
It was pretty, though.
Yeah, but, I like some smarts along with my pretty.
All right, well, this will be a unanimous failure. We are giving this thing the index finger! And it'll be our 6th episode from season 29 to receive a unanimous failure, the finger. And it'll be joining Treehouse of Horror 28. This is the one where Homer eats himself.
Of course.
Wow.
Grampy, Can You Hear Me? That's, fuck, I don't even remember.
It's the Sophie's Choice episode.
Grampy, can you hear me?
That's not how Sophie's Choice goes.
Grampy, can you hear me? Choose which one of my children will live or die.
Grandpa gets a hearing aid and finally hears what everyone has been saying about him. Principal Skinner discovers that his mother kept a secret from him.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Do you remember what the secret was?
No, it was stupid.
Oh, yeah. Agnes teared up Skinner's admissions letter to college.
You mean
Armand
tore up?
Panzerian.
Teared up.
Turn it up, mate.
What stuck out from this episode?
Let's get turned up.
Stuck it.
Sorry, spent too long on that. The Old Blue Mare, She Ain't What She Used to Be. That's one we reviewed with Pods in the Kia Springfield. That's where Marge becomes mayor.
But she ain't what she used to be.
Gone Boy, where Sideshow Bob traps Milhouse and Bart in a nuclear bunker.
Yep.
And also Frink Gets Testy.
Didn't like that one at all.
Not at all.
Oh, it was garbage. These are all garbage. Season 29. What are you doing with yourself?
Garbage episode.
And before we move on, we must ask, is that reputation justified?
All right, Pam, we got a big one for this.
Take your time.
I just hope I can breathe. All right, no.
I hope you can breathe.
Justified. Justified. Reputation justified. Just compare it and we'll share it to the reviews that we find. Jump right in. It's not hard for the touch or wild card. Are these reviewers good and pure or just shoveling manure? Den of Geek, IGN, AV Club, let's get them in. We declare it now. Compare it side by side. So let's check the reviews. See how our ranks do. Justified. Justified. Oh, is that reputation justified?
Woo!
I really want to know if it's justified.
Yeah.
I got that, yeah. Sorry, you got it. It's really catchy.
Thank you.
Well done.
I rehearsed that one. That was
One take.
I know. I'm proud.
Dennis Perkins of the AV Club.
Dennis the Wildcard Perkins.
He gave this episode a C.
For cats.
It's pretty low, isn't it?
For AV Club, this is, failure, maybe shiny failure rating. He says, Algene's script sends us chasing these different aged Lisas through the years to no real purpose or effect. There are a few sweet moments that stand out more for their abrupt humanity in the face of the gimmickry as much as their emotional impact.
What?
And Tony Sokol of Den of Geek.
Tony.
So,
I don't think we have a thing for Circle.
well, I normally don't use his reviews because
Tony the Circle Sokol.
Thank you.
because he is more of a feather touch than old mate Robert Canning. He goes incredibly easy to the point that I just don't think it's fun to bring up his reviews because we're just going to shred the guy. Mm-hmm. However, he gave this episode 4.5 out of 5 stars.
No.
Oh, I'm actually having a headache. Oh, God.
See, this is why I don't bring him up.
Tony full circle.
He's totally like Homer and 7 thumbs up all the time. Like, he says, Mr. Lisa's Opus is an epic comedy film parody along the lines of...
No, it's not.
No,
He's
but-
already wrong.
Yeah.
Along the lines of, but funnier on a line-by-line basis than last season's Barthood. No.
Nope.
Even a short gag on an everlasting battle takes on historic relevance. The episode has its treacle, but Al Jean cuts it with brilliant subversion. Dan Castellaneta's voice of Homer is in its glory as a rapid-fire laugh delivery system.
What the fuck is he watching?
Yeah, no. Don't put him on anymore. He's actually trolling.
Yes.
There is no way that review is legitimate. What rapid-fire Homer delivery is he talking about? Homer's not really in this episode much.
Line for line comedy? I thought they were going for like poignancy and heartfelt. They didn't land,
that
but
guy
they were
is
clearly
definitely trolling.
That's why I never bring them up, because they're just so off base all the time.
Oh.
You know me, I don't like things that are off base.
Yeah, you love bass.
All right, guys, put you through the ringer on that one. Let's do something good. Let's go to the teens era, where we are going to watch The Mansion Family. Danny, do you have any idea what this episode is based on title alone?
It's either like an episode of Clue with candlesticks and like mustard kernels. No, I do not.
Did they mix Clue with Beauty and the Beast, so the candlestick did it in the pantry with the candlestick?
That sounds like an X-rated version.
I mean, if you're a perv.
Booty and the Beast.
Oh!
We'll be back. And we are back, and we just watched our teens era episode, which was Season 11, Episode 12, The Mansion Family. First released in January of aught, it was directed by Michael Polcino, written by
Wait a second.
John Schwartzwelder.
Hey!
Wait a second.
You know, Charles Manson wasn't even in this episode?
Yeah.
Nor Sharon Tate.
It's the Manson family.
What?
You know, Adam's family. Diddle-a-dum.
He is creepy and he's spooky.
Yeah, he's pretty creepy. Does he still have the swastika?
Yeah.
I don't think he has much of anything anymore.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's just in prison for life.
Oh, he's dead.
Prison with wife.
He died in prison. So I guess he was in prison for life. Anyway, in this episode, this is almost a classic era one. This is the one where Mr. Bones goes to get his health checked at the Mayo Clinic, and the Simpson family are put in charge of his $1 million mansion, and Homer has the wildest box social on the high seas in international waters, which I'm...
Finally got to use that poster.
He looks so good on that penny farthing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what do we think?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I liked it and also thought it was weird. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. It's, if you ever stop to think about any of it, it's chaos.
ludicrous, right?
And its ending is also ludicrous, but also
thank God.
fun.
That's why I say almost a classic, because it's a lot of fun, a lot of great jokes and stuff, but yeah, a lot of that teens era weirdness that's
It's
seeping in.
nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's nonsense.
Well, let's hook into it and find out exactly why it is awesome and also nonsense. BT, for better or worse, what's a moment that stands out to you?
Man, I think it's just going to be all the little lines in passing and their delivery, which is just so good. Like, you know, they're taunting the Coast Guard, and it's like, we can't hear you. Come 400 meters closer. Just, you know, the little kind of, that slowly stated way you would say on a bullhorn, and also the kind of like, just walk a little closer and we'll talk. We just want to party.
Maybe this foghorn will answer your question.
Like, that line could have tanked so hard, but it's just the delivery of it that's beautiful. And other things like that Homer's calling Thailand. He's like, hi, Thailand. So how's everything on your end? That's some language you got there. You talk to that 24/7, huh?
Called the Yankees and told him to butt. Called the Queen and asked her, how's it going?
Yeah, exactly. Little lines that could be really stupid if it wasn't for the really joyful delivery behind it.
Yeah.
What is a bunt, guys?
It's where you just hold the bat and let the ball hit it. So, yeah, you don't swing, you just knock it.
And they have to run forward to grab the ball because it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so they're all ready for you to knock it out of the park. If they're moving back on the assumption you're going to really hit it at a far distance, you can get them by having it hit in front of you.
Sports.
American Relations with BT Clacaclallaclallacank.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
BT Clacaclallaclallacank?
It's Polish.
That's why you're our American correspondent. Yeah, there are some sensational line deliveries in this episode. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
But how about you, Danny? For better or worse, what's something that stands out to you?
I mean, there's a ton of big standout things, like marrying a cow, but... I
Take
love
these illegal fireworks with my blessing.
I love the brainstorm session that must have happened.
Yeah.
All
What
right,
you can
we're
do-
out on international waters, guys.
Yep.
What's going to happen?
Well, see, there's the boot where they rebroadcast Major League Baseball with implied oral consent, not expressed written consent, or as the legend goes.
Again, wonderful line delivery.
Yeah.
So I did think of another great one I wanted to bring up, which is, so I have all the diseases. I guess this is bad. Well, actually not. If you'll allow me a moment to explain. Well.
Yes!
It's one word, is well.
Well,
So, I suppose.
I liked, we'll need someone to watch the house. Who's that Claude that's always causing chaos and screwing everything up?
way I say it, yeah, he's due for a
good performance.
While they're watching him on the monitor, who's just like soaring at the desk. He's got the pencil behind his ear and the tongue sticking out. It's just what little experiment did
Yeah.
like.
Look at that. What are you up to? Yeah.
Why the carpentry on what's clearly like a metal computer console as well?
And yet, yeah, the certainty with which he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a plan. He has a way he thinks this is going. Like,
Loving it. What about you? What's a moment from this episode that stood out to you for better or worse?
well, jumping on what Burns beat.
The Burns wagon.
I am just fucking up every part of your name today.
That's Slovak. so fair enough.
Clapton.
Yeah, so what Burns Clacaclallaclallacank was saying.
Chechnyan.
Yeah, the Mr. Burns subplot. I didn't realize it's all of like 2 scenes, but like each one is like this hilarious little sketch show.
Yeah, it's smashing.
Yeah, so first when he arrives to the Mayo Clinic and the various tests, I will fucking love forever the blow into the bubbles test that does turn out to be, how long does your face suck into the tube?
Oh, God.
So for the promo, can you gif him going up and down the escalators? I'm a big boy.
Line delivery, man. That is a sensational line delivery there.
Oh, it's such nonsense. Fuck.
Yeah, and try the other arm. I saw some blood in there the other
It's like
day.
poking through meringue.
And then, the follow-up scene with, you are the sickest man I have ever met. I'd like you to shake my hand under the circumstances.
No, even a slight breeze could be indestructible.
Perfect.
And, I mean, how often have we quoted the Three Stooges syndrome as well?
Yeah. Move it, shout ahead.
I think we've even used it as a metaphor for, like, why some of the HD era episodes don't work.
There's so many things crammed in at once.
And this little cuddle bug is Homer's drinking problem that they're trying to shove in there at the same time.
This adorable guy has pancreatic cancer.
You mean I have juvenile diabetes?
Yes.
Hysterical pregnancy?
A little bit.
We've used that one as well. A little bit, yeah.
I'd love the dimensions on a little bit because, there's the great saying in music, being in tune is like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. So to be a little bit pregnant and a male, and it's hysterical pregnancy.
Indestructible. Play count. How many times before today have you seen this episode?
Damn, I can't do it. How does that work? Doesn't work.
All the time shoved into the door.
Yeah, it's weak. I have seen it a blurst of times.
Yes.
I have seen it a box social.
There you go.
I cannot put a number on this. Like, this has easily been one of my favorite episodes of the teens era.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember actually the first time that I saw it, which was in a Foxtel marathon. I was hungover, hanging out at my friend Redacted's house, and like,
Dude, don't get Redacted in trouble, okay?
Is there a silent P in redacted?
No.
not in the way she spelled it.
Like in
he
pterodactyl.
or he. Redacted can be a girl's or a boy's name.
Yeah, it's Swedish.
Wait, were you saying as in pterodactyl?
Yes. Carry on.
Shout out to Redacted.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
And you know what you did.
Wackiness. There's a
Oh,
big one.
Yeah, quite a lot.
I
The net
suppose.
floats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lucky.
Oh, the poor people on the bottom.
They're the greatest heroes of all.
They were.
Something's glowing at me. Like, oh, it stopped.
Or the seed filler at the beginning. Sometimes we forget that old people are still alive. I told you. Well, sorry.
Yeah. Jeez, I almost forgot that was the same episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Long time ago, but good fun.
Or Grandpa sitting down when they get up to 80 years and standing up again when he gets to 90 years.
Oh, yeah. And in this scene, had the one guest star of this episode, teen sensation Britney Spears.
Teen sensation Britney Spears?
Yeah.
It's a good bit as well. I like how slowly there's this less Kent Brockman dialogue.
Oh, yeah,
and more
that was
Britney
great.
Spears, and just how kind
Yeah.
of begrudged he is about it.
Yeah, that's right. They're doing like the trading off a couple of words each,
Yeah.
and then by the end, it's just the.
His expression changes. He's watching the teleprompter. He's like, hairline. The.
Don't you give me the kiss of death, you black widow. So, yeah, I worked it out. Yeah, she would have been roughly 18 or 19 at this time as well.
Wow.
And that was in January of Ort, and now is the year of our Lord 2019. Yeah, this was like half her life ago.
That means she's 2,000 years younger.
Yeah. Wow. Celebrity ages, man. It's weird.
What's the moment of the story that stood out to you for better or worse? Now, I didn't write my own speech, but just a second. Abracadabra.
Yep.
Oh, that was so good.
Sunshine, puppies. Psh. This speech is over.
Yeah. I remembered at the time I was like, oh, well, that's clearly going to be the best part of this episode, hands down. And then just like, wow, rest of the episode happened.
Yeah. All very, very funny jokes. Like, this has, got a real John Swartzy shine on it, even if it is, like, one of his more wackier outings.
He definitely cut loose.
Yeah. Huh?
Footloose.
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
Well, they also cut net loose.
Oh, my.
Everybody
Come on,
cut, everybody cut, net loose.
What were we up to? I lost track.
Wackiness.
Wackiness.
Well, speaking of the net, there were the pirates.
There were the pirates with 4 birds, and then Homer just like animal violence all over the
To be
place.
fair, he was trying
Yeah.
to punch the guy, not the birds.
Was he?
Yes.
I know when in a boss fight, you're supposed to take out the underlings first,
Yeah,
so there's less things attacking you at one
Expose the
time.
weak point.
Yeah, that's it. The glowing yellow things were on his shoulders.
So what about the whole Homer's attempt to escape? He's like, rope burn, Charlie horse, ow, my mouth. And just
Oh
drops
my
the
god!
knife into his head.
Oh my, that hand stab. Homer getting stabbed. I'm not on board with today.
It's just everything goes so very wrong.
His
so
plan
very
wasn't
quickly.
great though.
No.
He runs past them, climbs further up onto the ship, onto a rope, then back down at them. What? Where was he going?
Errol Flynning. He was Errol Flynning.
As in-
Errol.
You need a chandelier for
That's
that.
true.
Errol Flynn's what?
You know the song. Oh, Errol, I would do anything to be just like him. It's a Australian classic, man.
Oh, okay.
Errol Flynn is the guy that played like Chandelier Swinger number
Yeah.
1.
Swashbuckling pirate dude on some early, movies,
Oh, right.
and has the name Errol Flynn. How is that not grand?
Yeah, he sounds like he's
Errol.
flown around the world in his own little biplane.
Yeah.
My biplane. Sorry, guys. You can just cut me out of your lives.
You got it with the little biplane. It's like, look, goodbye, little plane.
But yeah, while we're here, Homer's little party on the high seas as well, and the simple joys of a monkey knife fight. Fuck, there is a lot of animal violence
Yeah.
in
There
this.
is.
With it, but its name is Furious George. It's a great pun.
What have they done to your beautiful face?
This monkey is going to need most of your skin.
Beautiful. I know I've quoted that infinity times.
Oh yeah, and the wackiness of the pirate's entrance, and Homer just thinking he can put them off screen for a little bit and come back and
back.
they'll be gone again.
Yep.
Oh man, and when he's like, he leaps up on and grabs the rope, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And you.
That guy was off frame. Oh, what did I do?
Yeah, he's just the observer smoking his little pipe. So how about some of the wacky moments inside the mansion before they get out on the HMS Gone Fishing?
Well, let's see. Ming vase on narrow column not knocked over. Priceless coins not used in vending machine. Yes.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that felt like entrapment from Burnsy. Like,
I
I
but I mean, I did like, it's
know.
like, Mr. Burns, pirates stole your yacht. Well, I suppose some things are inevitable.
yeah.
I'm Prince Charles. I'm Princess Diana.
I'm drunk.
That was really good.
Well, I mean, I method act, so.
Oh, and Bart trying to find the safe behind the painting.
Yeah.
Close that door.
Oh, there are just so many
The
good
fact that he's a
bits.
beef eater as well, just of all things to have in there.
I never understood that name.
Well, they feed bees.
They're not entirely sure. They think it may have come from once upon a time the Royal Guards were paid in beef rations.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, they were beef eaters. But no one's 100% certain if that's true.
Right.
History, it's a weird place.
Yeah, because I know it was a brand of gin.
It is, because they also may have paid them in gin and beef.
Mm.
You know,
They don't actually feed bees. I was just yanking your crank.
How very British.
Yeah, there's two versions of the story that I had to believe.
Well, you've done a great job guarding the crown jewels. Here's your beef and gin. Britain, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Governor. Close that door. And yeah, was that a mink belt inside the car that
Do like
Homer was driving?
sound as he unclips it.
Yeah.
Oh, so does that mean there were two minks, or is that just one really long mink that's going through the seat as
I
well?
assume it's one really long one.
Yeah.
They call them a mink.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I got it.
Editing note, cut him out of my life. How about the heart of this episode? Did you guys feel any bumps?
No.
It's not going for it. I mean, Homer's desperation to be a big shot is something, but I mean, it's not dwelled on too long.
It really isn't. Like,
He does that slide down the banister of, look at me, I'm a billionaire, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I do like the subversion of the heart moment of Marge being like, I love you no matter what, and then, hey, there's another way on the yacht.
Yeah, that was some great subverting. I did sort of feel they were trying to build up. He's so settled into the millionaire's lifestyle, he won't know how to give it up when he has to give it up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it yanked on my string, though.
No.
I don't know if it would have improved the episode if they hit on it more, though.
No, I think it's just kind of a background thing. It's the kind of story that more contextualizes than is the actual focus.
Well, that's it, because, like, I don't think the first act was like a fuck you or anything with the award ceremony, because, yeah, it does show that Homer's dissatisfied and it sets up Burnsy being old, so I think it was completely functional in that way.
Now that I've won the award for oldest man, I'm starting to realize I'm not a young man anymore.
Yeah, that's the wake-up call he needed.
Look, I'm just feeling like would a storyline be detracting from this episode? Like, if there was a point to this, wouldn't you spend less time just kind of paying attention to the zingers flying at you?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's getting rid of all that unnecessary story just so we can tell some great jokes. Yeah.
Like Shadow of the Colossus, removing all the unnecessary elements and pruning it back to just its gameplay mechanics. I was watching a review of that recently.
Okay. I have reviews of that, personally.
Haven't you finished it like 6 times
Yes,
now?
yes, I have.
It's still on my PlayStation, isn't it? I
Yes,
should
it is.
give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could set up this whole dual emotion thing with Burns, realizing he's gotten to be the oldest man and, what did I do with my years?
Yeah,
And,
have a kind of a rosebud thing of all this money and I'm still getting old and going to die. Meanwhile, Homer's all, oh, I have all this money now. Yay.
and yeah, they can learn a little from each other. Homer says, take time of the precious thing because all of a sudden you're the oldest man. And Burns is like, oh, I should have a little more fun.
Yeah, but they went with the alternative version of, fuck that.
They've already learned from each other. They've done that one, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but would make better? No probs. I hate myself sometimes. But yes, would you watch this one again?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yes, I would, Kent.
Play it at a box social.
Ooh, well, yeah. What playlist would we put this in?
Party!
Or part A?
No keggers, no hootenannies, no shindigs, no box socials.
Oh, that is such a good run of party, what's the word?
Yeah.
Synonyms.
Yeah.
Synonyms. Names? Cinnamons. Yes.
Party cinnamons.
Playlist.
Boats.
Yeah. Yeah. Pirates. Are there pirate episodes? There are a lot.
I know there's pirate fantasies, like when Bart thinks about burying the treasure.
Yeah. Could spend it on things we like.
There's the other ones where they move into the mansion. There's that one where he drowns a dolphin in the hot tub.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Is this the one where Bart drowns a dolphin? I don't remember that one.
Beach?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
In the hot tub, he pours Gatorade in the hot tub he's like, no, maybe it's a dog, not a dolphin.
There's a bit where Santa's little helper's in the hot tub and not having a good time. He's like, look how rich I am. My dog has his own jacuzzi.
No, there's something about it. Turns out that dolphins can't breathe Pepsi Max. If you fill your jacuzzi with Mountain Dew, a dolphin doesn't like it anymore.
I'm
Googling on the index. I swear, guys.
I know. I mean, I'm just going to call like 2 of the 3 zeros in case we need an ambulance for you.
Man.
Because this might be a stroke. I don't know. I believe
You guys are the experts here. If you guys don't remember it, maybe I did just have a dream
maybe it's an
where Bart murders a dolphin in a jacuzzi full of Mountain Dew.
Maybe it's an HD, episode and we don't remember it terribly well,
Yeah, honestly, given the HD episodes, I'm like, which ones were a fever dream? Which ones happened?
Yeah. This one definitely happened, though.
Okay, part 2 of fact-checking Danny in this episode. Look, I'm sorry, buddy. I believe you. I believe that this happened, that Bart would drown a dolphin in a hot tub in Gatorade in Mountain Dew or any of that. But unfortunately, in my research, I can't find what you're referencing. And it's not made easier by the fact that there's a very famous Treehouse of Horror segment with the dolphins and Mountain Dew versus Clacaclallaclallacank. And also when you search Gatorade and dolphins, it generally comes up with the football team from American football. So listen, you at home, if you know what Danny's talking about, if you know the episode that this is from, please let us know on the social medias and we'll do our best and try and send you a prize or something. All right, back to the show. Oh, any musical moments that stood out to you guys?
Wow,
Now,
wow, now.
Oh my God!
Now,
The index is covering the dupes.
Yeah, I had no idea until today that it was a Doobie Brothers song.
Yeah, I thought that was made up specifically by the Coast Guard.
Yeah. No, I was saying it to Shag before. I thought Homer's line there was like, the Coast Guard is covering the do's. And I'm like, no, he's covering the wow-nows. But no, he was saying covering the doobs.
Yes.
The dubes.
You learn something new every day on the Simpsons Index.
There we go. So yeah, Doobie Brothers, China Rock. I think I'm going to listen to that one. Good old fucking clave rock, right?
Do.
Now.
Maybe this foghorn will answer your question. Womp womp.
Oh, man.
BT, what would you like to change?
I kind of want to change the ending. It's really the only part of this that doesn't hold up terribly well, of just the net floats and the people on bottom drown and they get back to shore and everything's fine. Again, it's a joke factory, so it doesn't really matter, but it is very rushed and very sudden. And if you're going to look at any kind of real problems in this episode, it's probably that. How you resolve it, I don't know. But especially that late in the episode to have that issue come up. But, pay me and maybe I'll get an idea.
You've heard it here first, Simpsons Index listeners. Pay Beach.
And maybe he'll get an idea.
Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Danny, what would you like to change?
I sort of want it to get wrapped up with the pirates and the international water somehow. Like, they marry the cow, or there's got to be some sort of tie-in to all the other boats there.
Yeah, they all come to the rescue or something.
Yeah, I feel like it should be winning over the pirates,
Yeah. So they're all like, hey, we just wanted to go out on someone else's yacht. Technically, we stole this, we're not too different, you and I, pirates. And they're like, well, I guess you guys just want to have fun like we do. Why don't you go home with your lives and we'll steal this yacht?
We were here to rob you, but it does look like you've taught us how to party.
Oh, yeah. And then they're like, do.
Yes.
Do.
Yes.
And the birds are all,
Yeah, so we get like a Who Likes Short Shorts ending.
Yes.
Party down?
yes.
Well, yeah, I don't know why I suddenly had this urge to have the pirates want to like wear a schoolgirl dress and marry an octopus or something. The one where Chalmers is like running around in a schoolgirl dress with nunchucks?
He's like, this used to just be a small part of my life.
Yeah, don't kink shame me. Because they didn't really go that deep in like the debauchery, There's this
It was
whole...
all about the drinking.
Yeah, we're on international waters. You can do literally anything. And kicks him in the nuts.
Real mature Lenny.
I like to think that's him getting Homer back for punching him in the back of the head for no reason.
It's fair.
Okay, so turns out the pirate just wants to wear a school dress and marry an octopus.
Yeah.
Homer teaches them how to party, so they don't need to steal anymore.
They can party.
They all go back into the Coast Guard. They're all singing and dancing, and then just as the freeze frame, they snap the cuffs on him because they're back inside the waters.
And then you get one of those, Homer went back to his life, freeze frame kind of moments where he's still drinking beer today. Mr. Burns still has all these diseases, but
the
he
monkey.
don't care. Yeah, the monkey needed most of Smithers' skin.
Yeah.
The pirates learned to party down.
Yes. Forget about me. Don't. Oh, you change.
Oh, man, I don't know. Just for the idea of coming up with something creative and different of my own. I don't know. Can Burns come in at the end? No, maybe.
And he teaches everyone how to party down.
Yeah.
No,
Ooh.
I like the idea of more things ending with people learning to party down.
Well, actually, Burns arrives home. He sees his yacht's missing. He's like, Smithers, the backup yacht. And, it's a similar thing like the bed that fucking
Yeah. Oh, that's a
incinerates.
wackiness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incinerate the old bed, get a new one, never have to make a bed. Fucking genius. Wasteful and practical. So yeah, he gets the backup yacht and then he goes out and then he does the rallying speech, to unite the evildoers and...
Can I have another go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. I hate my go.
Alternate finish. I still like our previous finish.
Yeah.
We've got to finish with the Ferris Bueller thing where he has to race across town to get back into bed before Burnsy gets back home. He's got like the Homer snoring thing that turns on when he opens the door.
Yep.
He's racing through the girls thing and
Yeah.
partying down the whole way. And he's like stops to say hi to the
Hey,
girls.
how you doing,
and-
Homer Simpson? How you doing?
Yes.
I know
love
the
it.
bit, man.
I love it.
No.
Leaps back in just in time. Burns opens the thing. You got to have that moment where he's made it back in time. Burns opened the door and nothing's wrong. And then suddenly there's like pirates and skirts and octopuses and monkey knife fights everywhere. It's got to hang for a moment and then be
Hang for the
undercut.
moment, it's like, I made it, and then like the yacht crashes through the front door.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
somehow.
and then it's pirate party dancing everywhere.
yeah.
Down,
Everybody
down,
party down.
Like when Stu has a sexy party.
Cool. I like this episode.
This has just evolved into chaos, though.
Yes.
That's what this
Delicious
episode was.
Yeah.
BT, any other notes?
Marge just donated the most blood and then passed out, and Homer just reaches, just slaps his hand out of the way.
Yeah, it was almost like one of those instant payoff brain damage jokes that I don't like, but I did like the slap.
But at least, losing blood, you would be immediately woozy at random
Yes, but
points
why
later.
immediate? Oh,
Not necessarily,
yeah.
just randomly. It's
Just
It's one of the-
conveniently after saying.
yeah.
Yeah, instant payoff. Dislike.
Shut up, Netface.
Yep.
And I never tried cantaloupe. Honeydew is the money melon.
Which is bullshit. Fucking, I agree with everything that BoJack says. Why the fuck does anyone like Honeydew? Why, anytime Cantaloupe gets invited to a party, it thinks it can invite its dumb friend Honeydew?
Because honeydew is a subtle flavor.
Fuck. I actually don't like melons that much, I gotta be honest.
And finally, sorry to hear about your news. Do you know how many eggs it laid in your brain? I'd rather not know. Frankly, one is too many.
He's right.
I know, it's a great line.
Yeah, hopefully when he's getting the skin grafts, they can take care of that.
I mean, presumably they did, or they just got another Smithers clone.
Oh, yeah, from the downstairs basement of the cloning.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a thing. Danny, any other notes?
We didn't mention him swirling the glass full of, like, was it scotch? It was brandy. Oh, God, there was like a whole bottle in that one glass. It was right to the top.
That's why the one glass pretty much put him out of commission.
Yeah.
I have a false memory of this episode. Like, I keep thinking there's a moment there that someone catches fire, like from, all the brandy swirling, but yeah.
That's a different one. There's plenty of fireplace episodes.
But yeah,
Sure.
Do you guys remember how he got the brandy as well?
He jimmied open Mr. Burns' liquor cabinet.
Jimmy is such an ugly word.
Unless you're talking about Jimmy Smith.
We prefer James.
Oh, also, the Pope has gas from eating too much chili. And
Fidel Castro laughs at him.
yeah.
But apparently he's got his own.
Type into the car with you, Fidel. Fart like a...
Yeah, all the cigars, Fidel would be a stinky boy.
Yeah, that's the intestinal tract of a communist right there.
Wow.
He farts and he's like, equal share for everyone.
Everybody gets the same amount of cupcake.
Fart jokes in communism.
That's a joke book that needs to be published. Time for my final notes. There's a lot of buzz around Lenny.
I do love his name, very focused look.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that being used as a meme as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the face of DiCaprio before he wins his final Grammy.
Yeah.
Oscar.
All those Oscar just waiting, hoping.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Grammys, the Grammys joke as well, just doubling down on shitting on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an award that actually matters.
Oh, yeah.
Subtitles. The producers don't actually consider the Grammy an award.
No one does, though.
Oh, we saw the painting that Marge did of Mr. Burns in the hallway. That was a nice little throwback.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns' social security number, a series of zeros followed by 2.
Damn Roosevelt.
Oh, man, it's an awesome sketch show in this episode.
It's packed.
I know what the other 37 forks are for, but what the hell is this one?
Why, Marge? I believe you're meant to scratch your ass with it.
I like at the same time she's scolding him, she's immediately trying it.
Yeah.
Or the fork is just magnetized to her ass. It's like,
Oh, she's got like alien hand syndrome and it's just operating independently of her.
I love his posh voice for scratching your ass with it.
Oh, he goes full method on his billionaire.
He bloody does.
Oh, another meme. When the line gets to here, it means we can drink again.
Oh, yeah, that takes me back.
I also like that gives it the double entendre of Sunday.
Clever.
Wordplay!
International Waters is where they held the Tyson versus Secretariat fight.
They were so drunk.
Wasn't like Secretariat long dead by the time Tyson was a
Who
thing?
knows,
Almost
man?
certainly, but, you know.
It was called The Slaughter in the Water. Come on.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. The boat sideways. Well done, Mr. Lenny. Well done. Line deliveries in this episode, man.
I think that's what makes it. So much of this could have fallen flat if they just weren't perfectly delivered.
And what do we think about Dan Castellaneta's improving over the credits?
Goes on a little too long and he's clearly running out of steam, but I like the bit.
Yeah.
Your cut. You are great, which is
I
why
do
it's
love-
so difficult that you're cut.
All these rich people, not as rich as they should be, of course.
Yeah.
And the one breaker, all the names, and he's poor. And he stopped that on Richard K. Chung. Well,
Poor guy.
yeah, donate to his Patreon, people. He apparently needs it.
Yep.
Time to rank this thing. Danny's turn to go first.
Danny's turn to go first. I am torn between silver and gold here. I think in terms of a sketch show, it's really solid, but I'm also aware that it is nonsense. You know?
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's tough.
It's not cubic because they gotta find that balance.
Yeah, if it had a good storyline as well as all these jokes, that would be cubic.
I guess it's gold because I'm so easy to forgive that it is nonsense. You don't think about it being nonsense. You're just like, wow, this is hilarious the whole way.
Yeah.
So at what it was doing, which was sacrificing story and cohesiveness for
A joke factory.
10 out of 10 at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did exactly what it set out to do.
Yeah.
BT.
I'm also debating this one because I know the brains feel like it should be a silver, but I always go with the heart guts, and that says gold. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of story or plot, but it also doesn't want to, and it does exactly what it set out to do. And I think it's a great testament to whoever directed this and the actors that those lines that could have fallen really flat were all really just spectacular and highly quotable just in their delivery, and that exact cadence is tattooed in my brain.
They really committed to it, right?
Yeah, exactly. There was no question of why am I talking about a box social so much? It's like, no, just go with it. Yeah, so I'm happy to give this one a gold. I mean, someone could make the argument for silver, and I can understand that, but it exactly lands what it sets out to do.
Yeah, I was actually ready for you guys to say silver on this one, and
you're failing it, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
He's all about story.
But I am going gold, and I've actually noticed my trend with voting golds has actually been more of those classic episodes that have gone for the emotional but really didn't deliver on the jokes, and this one sort of went the other way with that, where it fucking delivered on the jokes, but yeah, there was no emotional core. We blitzed by the heart question without really stopping at that station at all. But yeah, I'm so happy with this as a gold. It's just a really rollicking good time, but yeah, very, very far from perfection. Not that much above silver, but definitely gets over the line for me. All right.
It's such a different episode to the same show where he tries to throw himself off a bridge with a boulder, or the one where he thinks he's going to die and he sits up listening to the Bible all night.
Yeah.
This is the same show.
And what a show. It's a good show sometimes.
Pretty good show.
Pretty good show. All right. Well, that'll be a unanimous gold. It'll be the first episode from season 11 to get that honor of being unanimous gold.
Do we call it the Midas touch or something? Index finger, Midas, gold.
Yeah. Unanimous gold being the Midas touch.
And you touch too much. Hey, gold member.
I don't want to touch it with my penis. Gold or otherwise.
I love gold. Come on, gold member, greatest movie of all time.
Wow. Come on. Spy Who Shagged Me.
There was a sub floating around the internet. There was a sign outside a used DVD place saying we will no longer be accepting copies of Gold Member. But yeah, it'll be the 6th teens era episode to get the title of unanimous gold. It'll also be joining Lard of the Dance, which we recently reviewed with Roxy Stryer. Yeah.
The Roxy Stryer.
Roxy Stryer. The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, where Homer wants to be Thomas Edison.
We were so drunk.
We were drunker than Tyson versus Secretariat. That was our Tyson versus Secretariat. Darwin in the Wind, where Homer finds out what his middle name is.
What is it?
I don't remember.
Oh. Guess we'll never know.
Lisa the Tree Hugger, where
Lisa hugs trees.
Yeah. Lives in a tree and meets that boy that's a level 5 vegan, doesn't eat anything, casts a shadow. And also reviewed with the lovely folks from Baby Beard Media, Bart versus Lisa versus the 3rd grade, where Bart goes down to the 3rd grade and Lisa goes up to, you guessed it, the 3rd grade.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're both going to be in the 3rd grade together?
There can be only one.
Cool. That does it for this one then. Time for a classic, guys.
Oh, thank God.
And now from season 11, we're going all the way back to season 9, where we will review Lisa the Skeptic. Or should we review Last Temptation of Krust?
Vote now.
I'm torn.
What's the Last Temptation of Krust?
He starts doing serious stand-up.
Let's do that one.
Yeah?
Sure, because you're torn. Like Natalie Imbruglia Googlia.
You know, I found out recently that was a cover.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
By whom? Who was the original?
Some Swedish guy.
Nothing is right and torn.
That's originally a torn with 2 dots over the O. All right, we'll be back.
Torn.
And we are back, and we just watched our classic and final episode of the day. This was Season 9, Episode 15, The Last Temptation of Krust. First released in February of 98, this was directed by Mike B. Anderson, written by Dominic Carey. In this episode, this is the one where Krusty quits show business and announces his glorious return to show business as a George Carlin-y, Bill Hicksy type, telling it how it is sort of comic, and then sells out pretty well immediately. Hey fellas, what did we think?
Yeah! Woo!
Ah! I set it up with a British accent to go into a yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're an international podcast.
We're a squirrel fighting, deer smacking podcast reviewing God damn.
You had one syllable left and you would have stuck that landing, man.
Machine!
Yeah!
Can you know?
Canyonero.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
After all that, Yeah.
I would like to rank this a yeah. It could have been a cubic, could have been a silver, but
Not a high ya, a here.
Hi, yeah.
Very different.
Very good. Let's start with you, Danny. What stood out for you for this episode for yeah or yeah?
Well, what definitely stood out was going ding 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 and then cutting back to yeah, can you
Yeah.
and you get another verse and you get another verse and it keeps going and going. Like
Yeah.
legit the first time I saw that did I just say that legitimately?
You legit did.
Damn.
Totes.
Legit, the first time I saw this episode, I spent the rest of like the next 3 days waiting for that to cut in the middle of whatever else I was watching. Oh man!
Today, a terrible tornado has hit
Big station wagon, 4-wheel drive. Smells like a steak and seats 35. Yeah, so apparently this bit was meant to be like one of those underlays under the credits.
Underlay.
But fuck, played myself. Swish.
Yeah.
I was dunked on.
You have been zinged and you love it.
So, but the writers loved this bit so much that they actually chopped a little bit out of the episode to fit so this could stand on its own at the end.
Nice. That's fair. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and not like have the credits overlay it. And so, yeah, the jokes from the whole bit could land. Yeah. But yeah, so we're here, the Canyonero bit, timeless.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
I think culturally this has like surpassed the actual episode
Oh, for
itself.
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
It's such a great song. It's such a great example of that kind of advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fucking rootin' tootin'.
Yeah. Rootinous, tootinous, pollutinous.
Yeah.
Well, especially at the time, yeah, late 90s, early aughts, this is exactly when those giant, impossibly huge SUVs were becoming into popularity.
And they were being sold for how fucking big and dangerous and pollutinous they were, you know?
Oh, yeah, and they'd always do the commercials, here's your fucking soccer mummy wagon driving on fucking mountaintops that you will never drive on.
And then the Canyonero's gonna drive right over the fucking top of it.
Yep. As close as you can get to a street legal monster truck. Yeah.
Big baby seal eyes for headlights.
An all leather cow interior, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Canyonero even comes back when Marge gets one.
Yeah, Marge Simpson in Screaming Yellow Honkers. Yeah, when she has to go to...
I didn't know they screamed.
The Canyonero does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wonderful bit. I remember the first time I saw this episode, I was howling with laughter, the whole way through, and then all of a sudden the bit where it's running over the fucking deer and I lost my shit. It's just...
Yeah.
Flinging them in the air.
It's done in such that cartoony, comical way you forget about the animal
they
abuse.
go just high.
It also runs a school bus of children off the road and they just salute.
Oh, that was great. They're all Boy Scouts. Like, oh, thank you, God, for letting us.
Thank you, Canyonero.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for, supporting the manufacturing auto industry of America, you
And
giant...
then it's in flames on a mountain of cars. It bursts into flames. Why do you put that in your ad?
Unexplained fires are a matter for the courts. Canyonero!
When did America get so soft? Our cars used to burst into flames, and we liked it.
Yeah.
BT, what stands out to you from this episode?
Man, it's hard to do because I don't want to do it, but the flapping dicky, one of the few times Simpsons has looked at its overt racism and pointed at it and had characters react appropriately. Obviously, Bart doesn't, but he's also 10 and doesn't get it. And it's just a classic bit to him.
And he's looking at Krusty through rosy-tinted glasses.
The rosiest.
Clearly.
Because, when Krusty was an actual stand-up comic was a long time ago, and Bart only knows him as a children's entertainer.
Yeah, exactly. It's the idea that this is, not his scene anymore is beyond both of them. And I think there's a great little moment, especially later when he's trying to cheer Krusty up. He's like, no, I was talking to Lisa, and we both agreed. You killed Lisa, huh? Yeah, it was the acoustics.
Yeah, I was great.
I love they called him the freshest up-and-comer of 1959.
Yeah. So, again, just sort of setting it up. This guy is an outdated comic.
Yep. He's had no claims to fames.
Yeah. There's also a great supporting moment when he's in Bart's bedroom and he's got his face on everything, and that's very in keeping with The Simpsons. Bart does have all that stuff.
Yeah.
He even got the Krusty home pregnancy test.
Grief.
Krusty radon
Yeah.
detector.
He likes flapping Dicky.
Yeah, so yeah, we kind of do have to peel that Band-Aid off, but yeah, I think you said it best. The characters are reacting appropriately.
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
Everyone's horrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Krusty and Bart, because Bart doesn't get it, and Krusty just thinks, no, this is comedy. What are you talking about?
Yes.
This is classic.
Audience, just so you know, he does an overtly racist caricature of what I assume is Japanese. Sounds a lot like Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mickey Rooney, the biggest up-and-comer of 1959.
Bam. Zing.
Through to 1960 or whatever, spanning 2 decades.
I love that show.
Yeah, I think we covered that very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what stands out to me from this episode, yeah, Krusty's turn into, the serious fucking telling it how it is comic.
Yeah.
I sort of forgot how little of the episode it actually occupied, because I think it's like all of 2, maybe 3 scenes that he does the tied up hair and the...
I love how good that haircut looks.
Oh, it's very classy. And yeah, it totally, looks like George Carlin when he basically did his own version of the Beatles, where he used to be, tight hair and fucking suit tie wearing comic and, talking about, I got to change the icebox in my family. And then all of a sudden it's like, here's the 7 words you can't say on TV. One of them is cunt. And fuck, George Carlin rules.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean version of the Beatles? Oh, in that they changed their whole persona.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the straight suit wearing.
Yeah.
I want to hold your hand to... you can't just want to hold someone's hand.
Which even then is not a great comparison, because even during I Want to Hold Your Hand, they were sort of seen as like, radicals.
Look at these long-haired hippie scum.
Their hair is just touching their ears.
Yeah. I do love a lot of their banter around that, though.
Yeah.
So, what do you call that hairstyle? Trevor.
Swish, Beatles, swish.
Yep.
So George Carlin did more of a Miley Cyrus then, going from Disney Channel
to talking about cunt.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
All right, I'm on board.
Especially with Miley's song, here's the 7 dances that you can't do on TV bit.
All of them are ass.
Yeah. Robin Thicke?
Rubbin' thick, yeah.
Yeah. Robin Thicke. You know what? Let's move on.
Deal. So yeah, what do we think of, Krusty's material and telling it how it is?
I like his transition into it, where he's just like, he's trying to go out with a little class, and he's all like, these comics today, I don't understand. They can't program their VCRs. They can't open airline food. It's a good little bit.
Yeah, that was a nice part. It felt earnest, his frustration with where he was in the industry.
Yeah.
But it quickly transitioned into like, you're never going to find a husband like that.
I hated that
Well,
one.
it's hard to tell. Is that him still being his old self? Because, you never let a husband like that is very 59 thought.
Yeah.
But again, the reaction to it tells us that's a good joke.
I don't know, man. It just strikes me more as like an old man rant than an incendiary comic prophet.
Yeah, Red Fox can say it. Janine Garofalo can't.
Who the fuck is Red Fox? What?
Oh, God rest his smutty soul. I don't actually know any of his material, actually. I've never checked out Red Fox.
Well, in that case, God don't rest his smutty soul.
Maybe fuck that dude. I don't know.
He can roll in his smutty grave for all you know.
Smutty grave.
I quite liked the portrayals of the other comics. I thought they looked just like him.
Mm-hmm.
Riot was great. What's her name was...
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to spell it. Barely say it.
Janine Garofalo. And I can't
It's like
spell it.
Is it spelled like giraffe?
It's like Buffalo if it was a Muppet.
If a giraffe had sex with a buffalo, would it make a giraffalo?
I'm sure she gets that all the time.
I bet she does.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Janine.
She became a comic probably because people were making fun of her last name.
Yeah, I always really liked your comedy. A lot of period talk, I guess, but
that was unheard of.
That's
back
it.
in the
It was
day.
incendiary at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is actually The Simpsons' first reference to a menstrual cycle.
Definitely the first red wine spit take at it.
Out of Marge, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know what it's like when you're kissing a boyfriend with a tongue stud.
I do love Homer in this scene. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what it's like kissing a boy with his tongue stud.
Yeah. I thought the first one he did, though, in reaction to Stephen Wright's The Zebra at the Dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that one was a little dragged out, but yeah, I do love his reaction to the tongue stud.
No, it's all worth it for the jokes. I get jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
And yeah, we also get appearances from prop comic Bruce Baum.
Mm-hmm.
He briefly says, "What do you think, internet comic?" Oh, and he's an embarrassment to our industry.
Yep.
And yeah, an appearance from internet comic as well.
Prop comics not really a thing anymore. When did we stop loving props?
The day the rubber chicken crossed the road.
He went to the other side.
Mm.
And also brief appearance from Bobcat Goldthwait.
Is he in there?
Gruffalo.
Oh, he was too, yeah.
Bobcat
The reason I got
Goldthwait.
into comedy.
If it wasn't for you, I'd be a doctor.
Yeah.
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 I love Bobcat.
And Leno was there, of course.
Ah, yes. The big chin schlub self that reads typos from the Palookaville Post.
I washed your hair.
Oh, man, how fucking good was that line?
But I didn't realize you, Jay Leno, and a monkey were bathing a clown. Well, we are, so get out.
Oh, God, I love it.
Yeah, I do not like Jay Leno's comedy and any part of him, really, but I thought he
Yeah.
did well in this episode.
When you say any part of him, is he like a bad person or something? Or
I don't think there's been anything around him.
I don't
everyone's
know.
a bad person. We just haven't found out about him all yet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably not out, squashing deers with a canyon arrow or anything, but, it's just,
He shampoos clowns' hairs, guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's a good guy.
yeah, I
He'd
suppose.
shampoo your beard. You're down
Especially
at
if
the
you're in
dumps
your
having a
clown
tough time.
makeup.
If you were a down-and-out comic, he'd shampoo you. Who else did we have? I think that might have been all of them. There were a fucking lot. Oh, yeah, and Hank Williams Jr. providing the singing voice for Canyonera. And the Hyas, I assume.
Yeah, well, way better.
Yeah, fucking wonderful performance.
Son of Hank Williams. Grandson of Hank Williams the Elder.
And who was Hank Williams the Elder? Did he know Pithy?
Lord Palvester!
And father of Hank Williams III is the one that I'm more familiar with, whose fucking music is amazing. Or whose music is fucking amazing.
Whose fucking music is also amazing.
Hank Williams the
Just
Third.
dim the lights, put on some Hank Williams, and make sweet love.
And you too will get to the third.
Hank Williams 3 plus Hank Williams 7. Hank Williams 10. Adrian's Revenge.
Play count. How many times before today have you seen this episode?
Yeah!
Several times have I seen the episode.
Yeah, I've seen this episode a bunch. Just full disclosure, audience, I think we're feeling a bit of the, how do they call it? The burrito slumbers.
I'm stuffed with meat.
Why you get
Like
a quesadilla? Keeps you lively.
$20 quesadilla.
They put so much rice in my burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Know I'm saying?
You like Kirk's rice sandwiches?
That's what it fucking reminded me of at the end, because it was so, like, imbalanced as well. The top was all meat, and then it was like, a diagonal slice, and the bottom it was all rice.
What's our new...
Top slice and the bottom's all rice. Bow, 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 bow,
What was our new... That's what she said? Oh, that's what the
That's what
dominatrix
my-
put in her diary.
all rice in the bottom.
Wackiness.
It had some of that. I like Krusty's hair just going boing every time he's offered a prize.
Stop saying that! Love it.
It's free.
Yeah. We get a great little Bender montage. He just goes past the neon signs, the gutter room, or
The
Yep.
gutter room was good.
he's drinking out of the Stanley Cup. Another sporting reference I understood. Yes, 2 for
Nice
2.
one.
Done.
I
Phil
just had
is
him
up there smiling at you.
was because he was
We're in
drinking
the
out of
basement. Everyone's up there
Yeah.
from here.
he was drinking out of a glass slipper. That's a song lyric.
That's a thing people do with certain, for some fucking reason.
I drank
And sip
champagne.
champagne from a shoe.
Yeah.
When I drink
That's not a
Baileys
glass-
out of an old boot.
I couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel. Instructions on the heel. Instructions on the heel.
Keep going, keep going.
Because I'm a genius
It's in France. Genius in France.
Genius in France. More ha's in music. Yeah.
But yeah, he was doing a shoey, and PSA: do not do shoeys.
No, they're
you
disgusting.
fucking idiots. But yeah, neon sign walking through Sad Street montage. Yep.
Yeah, it's a
Put that
classic.
in that playlist. Yeah.
Bender. I love how it starts with the bender to end all benders, and he flicks the cigarette and it hits the screen and sparks. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Good transition.
Yeah. I also thought where they brand the American flag with the canyon arrow, and it does
Yeah.
like the bonanza sort of
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Great transition there.
Star wipe.
Burn wipe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, we just ate Mexican.
It's Guzman y Gomez. I'm sure it's like as Australian as Outback Steakhouse
you can't
is.
just name drop them.
Sponsor.
Now they've got to sponsor us.
Oh dear.
Sponsored by Guzman and Gomez. Guzman and Gomez. Ole.
Wow. Can't tell if that's offensive or not.
I don't know either.
Any other wacky moments?
It's not wacky, but I do like Marge watching the Mexican soap opera and getting Lisa to translate.
Yeah, that was great.
It's just something very hilarious and wholesome about it, but also unwholesome.
Yeah.
She was like, "Take me now under the disco ball." Ooh.
Of course. And she has perfect Spanish. It just goes without question.
Yeah.
Marge is like, oh, a Spanish show. I better get Lisa. I bet she speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Like, because they went to that movie as well, and about the Tango
Tango
de
de
la
la
Ma-
Muerte.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dance of Death? Wait, is that what that is?
Tango of Death specifically, but yes.
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, speaking of Marge as well, she directs Homer to that bird that he likes to argue with.
That is a great bit. I love the follow-up because it's not overdone. It's just, you can't just want a cracker. You gotta earn it.
Yeah, he's almost engaged in a philosophical argument. It's not just,
Like, it could have been so easy to cut back to him choking it, but I like he's actually got like an argument from a thing the parrot reasonably might say.
Probably the only thing it can say.
But yeah, we don't even hear the parrot side of the story. Oh, sorry. or as he's formerly known.
But what did the parrot say?
Or as he's formerly known, Professor Know-It-All.
Oh, shit.
Although I do like the whole getting the kids new shoes bit as well. And just,
Yeah.
they need something for church, dental appointments, doctor's appointments.
Shoe shopping. Well, we have a brown shoe.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that, kids? Brown.
Yep. Being impressed at the color brown playlist put this in where, oh, look at that dog. Isn't that something?
I just think they're neat.
Yeah.
A blue car.
Oh, Gil as well made a nice little appearance in this episode.
Yeah, poor Gil.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for him in this one, though.
I got a shat on my bark, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not literally. That'd be gross.
Yeah.
That's a HD era episode.
Yeah.
He kills a dolphin and shits on Gil. Yeah, I actually don't have too many more like super wacky notes for this, I guess.
Well, it's not impossible wacky. It's just unlikely wacky in some parts.
Like where he's hosting a birthday party and a fits at the same time.
Or, you know, when he's setting fire to his money and, you know, I love just a little back and forth, just to skip ahead to Heart of, here's
Yeah.
$42, it's everything I have, go and bury it in the yard. I love you, Mom.
Yeah.
And then they get home
adorable.
and she just gives her a thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Just
so sweet.
Yeah, that unspoken bond of just, they get it.
Yep. Put that in your Harvard admission letter.
In the wacky, of course, would be Homer being like, I hope he tells us to burn out my pants.
So sick of these things.
Don't you hate pants?
They're just like waiting instruction from the prophet, you know? What do I hate now? Quick, tell me what I hate so I can burn it.
Yeah. Well, someone said it, like,
That's how lynch mobs start.
Yeah.
in reference to Sam Kinison, like, because do you guys know that comic?
No.
He grew up in, like, the whole fire and brimstone sort of preacher sort of...
Bible
yeah.
belt.
Yeah. Sort of,
The-
in the green hellfire.
The
and all that.
evangelism.
Yeah, thank you. And he transitioned into stand-up comic and, you know, went from being
Came out
a
of the closet.
fire and brimstone preacher to, cocaine and hookers sort
So
of
what?
comic.
He was all like, "And what is the deal with airline peanuts? How can I get into these like the gates of heaven?"
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
Cool.
But no, pretty much. But he would engage the crowd and do his stand-up set in the same way that, one of those intense preachers would. And, like, people sort of clicked, like, oh, stand-up comedians are sort of trying to fill that void, like, of the preacher. Like,
There's a big overlap with cult leaders as well, you know?
Yeah, filling the void in people's hearts with something.
Are they telling you what they think, or are they telling you what you should think?
Yeah.
You hear someone funny, you get this urge to agree with them.
And if you want to be funny too, you'll agree and you'll repeat their lines. You'll spread the word.
Especially when the rest of the audience is laughing at them already. You feel like you have to laugh at them to fit in. Before you know it, you're brainwashed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we all support Trump now.
all
of
hail
us.
Trump.
Sacrifice your children to the Trump.
Nuke the tornadoes. Listeners, we're kidding. We fucking hate this guy and we're terrified of the world we're living in.
Sacrifice.
Shun him!
Don't drag me away. Ah! But I think in the same way, like George Carlin and Bill Hicks, like in their day, would have been like such a refreshing change, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially Carlin, you know, going hell for leather against Christianity and
They
religion.
were incendiary prophets of their time.
Yeah. And funny.
Oh, fucking
Oh,
yeah.
I think the movie... what's that movie where they just go to a party and take drugs?
Animal House.
Nah, they like that.
Super bad.
Anyway, they literally quote him as the late prophet Bill Hicks.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Isn't that in the Tool album sleeve as well?
Yeah.
A little bit. It's depending on interpretation. They call him another dead hero, but,
Yeah.
some think the song Eulogy is about him.
Oh, that about does it for the wackiness. How about the heart of this episode, though?
Oh, we actually just covered that. Let's recap. There's this one brief moment when Lisa and Marge give each other the lovey-dovey eyes, and then they slowly raise their thumbs. It's beautiful, man. I nearly wept.
Yeah.
Quiet understanding is a lot.
They've saved $42 for their family for a rainy day.
I love that
Rainy
she can
pantsless day.
walk out of this little stand-up club where people are getting into it and go all the way home and still think it's the right idea to bury this.
I know, she knows.
Oh, man. Was it Lenny that brings a whole sack of money this time, just in case?
Even his opening lines, I worked like a dog for this, and burns his dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's another episode that's not really going for the heart. I guess you got a little bit with the comedian that's not of the age anymore, and
Yeah, him finding new flame of passion by being accepted again for who he is, blah, blah, blah. And then I actually really didn't like the way that he did sell out at the end. I get it as a joke, but
Reset to zero.
yeah, it felt like such a weird beat to suddenly take, He's finally found acceptance, and he's got a huge cult following, and
Canyonero, fully loaded, and it's free.
takes the car, sells out, and gives up everything. All his fans suddenly hate him again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of bringing me back to the last episode that we reviewed, is that, I felt like it did need another scene of him with the current success and, following this kind of more integrity-filled routine. But, I don't know where you have room for it, and two, I don't know if it'd actually add anything But I do agree, it felt like a sudden and quick turn.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense to me why he would.
They did set it up with, Krusty being a sellout comedian and, especially looking around Bart's room and fucking...
And being disgusted at all that selling out.
Yeah.
But even as a line where he's like, I realized I'm not a comic, I'm a sellout.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right either.
That's true. No, I think they do actually address it, and they do have that one scene where they explain it very eloquently with, yeah!
Damn, he's got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Instead of a wizard did it, a Hya did it.
This episode brought to you by Hya.
Is there Elliot, is there anything you wouldn't do for a Canyonero, fully loaded?
Well, he drives a Prius.
Yeah. What it lacks in roominess, space,
Credibility, respect.
Muscle, dong extension.
Yep. It all makes up for knowing that I am helping the environment.
And it also won't catch fire.
Well,
those were Teslas.
Jeff Winger, I can't believe how self-absorbed and scummy a person you are. You'll eat those words when you see my new car.
Did it feel like an episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, one where they focus more on a secondary character, but for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I liked that Leno stayed along for the ride, but he was still just background. He wasn't. It wasn't all about the celebrity. He came over to the Simpsons house. He was quietly washing his hair. Very sweet Jay Leno thing.
These knots are impossible.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I have used this episode as an example.
Example.
The example expo for all ages.
I was picturing a superhero that can, cite precedent.
Always list 3.
I've always used Jay Leno as an example of The Simpsons doing the egregious guest star thing. Oh, what are you doing in Springfield, Jay Leno? But I agree. I feel like he did sort of work in the episode, but he also was front and center. So I think there is a little bit of a duality of that going on there where...
Well, he's suddenly in it, but at the same time there's a setup. It is kind of weird that Bart just immediately walks up to him and is like, hey, you're organizing this whole thing, so why don't you just get Krusty on?
Yeah.
But at least he knows who Krusty is, and it's like,
he was there
guy.
for his own business. He was doing a comedy night thing. With big name comedy.
We didn't talk about the kiosk where it's like, excuse me, ma'am, do you like to laugh? Oh, well, I do, but unless it's at someone or with someone. Or what about you, sir? Do you like to It's you're too complicated.
The Hibbert bit dragged on a little bit.
Did a little too much.
Because, they could have just done the and we get the joke.
Yeah.
But, Krusty, it was a nice exploration of his character. And, and the show as a whole, it felt Simpsons-y enough. It's not the classicest of classic episodes, but, good ride. Like a Canyonero.
Roomy. Powerful.
Yeah.
Way a car should.
Oh, we are so tired. But yes or no, would you watch this one again?
Sure.
I think I will.
And what playlist would we put this in?
Yeah. No, I mean Canyonero playlist.
Sure.
Ones when they buy new cars.
Yeah.
The time that he buys the
Snowplow.
Mr. Plow. I was thinking of the RV,
Oh, yeah.
or when he becomes a limo driver. Does he become a limo driver? I
Yeah.
think he does.
Yeah, he drives around Mel Brooks.
That's right. The Mel Brooks.
They do that 2,000
routine.
pound man.
Yeah.
Krusty playlist.
Yeah, the one where Krusty fakes his death to get out of being a comic anymore.
Yeah. Krusty career changes.
Yeah.
He's done a few of those.
Well, he has quit comedy a few times.
Yeah.
Like that one where Sideshow Bob hypnotizes Bart.
Yeah, Day of the Jackknapes.
Yeah, good episode, bad plot. BT, what would you change?
Ooh, just Canyonero theme song beginning to end. All of it. Just
20 minutes?
Yeah, instead of The Simpsons, you see the sim and then it pushes it out of the way and you just watch the Canyonero.
The Simpsons.
A little bit more time on the third act, I think. Let's see a bit of his... Yeah, he's got respect, but he's not making as much money anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, great set, Krusty. Here's your cut of the tips. He's like, I'm working for tips here? Well, yeah, you're a legitimate comic now. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, something
Yeah.
to show that dark side of the success. Well, not dark side, but the downside.
Interesting, yeah.
Mm.
Danny, what would you like to change?
I kind of like that. The success without the money is a really good sort of counterpoint to where he's at. I feel like they did really drag out the first half of him leaving the show business and being shit and blah, 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 blah. I would have quite liked to have seen, or maybe like the audience growing disillusioned with him, or him like his rants turn about how the audience don't pay him enough and, we don't like it when it's about us, and they're so fickle they quickly turn on him. And
Oh, interesting, because then it becomes like a punching down sort of...
Yeah.
You audiences today just laugh at anything. Well, here's the truth.
Yeah, so now he's on stage just screaming at them, and they're like, wait a second, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
I mentioned already that I didn't like the way that he suddenly sold out suddenly. So what could have happened maybe is that he says no to the Canyonero guys. So the Canyonero guys go back to the TV producers of the Krusty Show, and they get his name rights anyway. So his name's on the Canyonero, even though he said no. And everyone's like, you are.
He has that bit of talking about how executives steal like dead celebrities.
Yeah.
So they go back like, well, you know, back in 1992, you died legally for 3 minutes, so we have your life rights. We can make you say anything you want.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
the Krusty Show and the Krusty name and even the Krusty logo with the Krusty face is all owned by...
Channel 6, presumably.
So that would kind of give him an out to still have his scruples, but also still be shunned for selling out.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, I may as well make the money. Everything goes back to zero. Boom.
And you, Elliot, what would you change?
What would you change?
Oh, fuck, this is like the last one where I didn't have any ideas and
You let us go first.
I know, that's usually the time that I'm like, okay, that's a good idea, but what if?
Just say what one of us said and then delete us. You have the editing power.
I have the power. Yeah. Look, I'm curious in the episode that, you know, had a minute cut out of it to make way for the Canyonero bit. What was left on the cutting room floor here? Because they made room for it, you know.
Just jokes about Janine Garofalo's period.
So your change is to find out what their change would be.
Yeah. See if you can
Yes.
stitch it back in.
Well, actually, just on Janine Garofalo, I honestly wish there was more of those stand-ups in there.
They do
'cause-
bring them in for about a line or two a piece.
Yeah.
Like
Like
they're pretty
Janine...
funny. I mean, that was good. It was worth having them.
Yeah, and Janine, like, she got a few more lines, you know, to get a lot of Corpsey the Clown and all that. But yeah, Bruce and Bobcat and Stephen Wright, they, only got a line apiece. And yeah, it would have been better if Jay Leno wasn't so front and center. And yeah, like I said before, I wish there was an extra scene of Krusty, writing the success. And I think you guys had great ideas of how to handle that.
Thanks,
So
man.
yeah, well done, you guys.
You've been great too, Elliot.
BT, any other notes?
Just a couple. So we have Homer's reading a newspaper, the front of which says, dog kills cat, self.
Wow.
It's like, wow, grim.
Yeah.
And I do like Mo's sign outside of the tavern is the brew ha ha. It's like, ooh, nice wordplay, Mo.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And then,
4 drink minimum. I'll cover your Moj.
and then when he's doing the intro, he's like, and now without further Apu, and Apu's got, I've been zinged and I love it. So wholesome. I'm on board. But that was everything.
Danny, any other notes?
Yes, from the last episode. Sorry. You know that shop that's always next to Moe's?
King Toots.
King Toots Musical Instruments. In the future, that becomes King Toots Musical Instruments and Time Machines.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. But of course, if it's King Toot's Musical Instruments and Time Machines, then it was always King Toot's Musical Instruments and Time Machines. Because that's the nature of time machines.
Depending on what theory of time travel you adhere to. God, man. Once it exists, it's always existed from that point on. Prior to that, however. Look, its time is like a hallway.
Okay. So, imagine a rubber sheet with magnets.
No, but if you go into the quantum realm, then that changes everything.
All right, well, that was my note. What about you, Elliot?
I have just a few. If he's half as alive as you say he is.
I do like that.
Actually, like, Krusty was being an arsehole to Mel and Mr. Teeny, you know. Mr. Teeny's extending a sympathy banana. It's, that's your answer for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can be so mean when you're sober. You, sir, are an idiot.
When will this monkey bring me the newspaper? He really is the common man, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, like, he has so much relatable material. Like, you know, when your idiot butler darners your sock garters and still got schmutz on them.
Schmutz.
And I love, when Krusty's around Bullet's room, all the merchandise, and I don't care, I got a tack in my head.
That is a great bit.
Impeach Churchill!
About time.
Actually, have either of you watched The Crown?
No. Should I?
Thomas Crown Affair?
No, that I've seen.
Is that good?
No, that's okay. It's not great.
But no, I showed Mum how to work Netflix when I was down at the snow with my family recently, and she fucking binged the entire Crown in like
Nice.
2-3 days maybe.
Is Jenna Louise Coleman in that?
Pardon?
Let me check. I'm pretty sure Jenna Louise Coleman is in that. She's good.
Well, I bring it up because John Lithgow was in that, and he played Winston Churchill, and he fucking owned it.
John Lithgow
Wow.
owns, man.
Yeah, he's amazing. Can't see him as Churchill, though.
Obviously, they gave him some like chin makeup.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of chin makeup.
A little bit of chin foolery.
Yeah, because I didn't watch it, but I was sort of like at a couple of points, playing on the laptop or Switch and half watching the TV, and just at one point I was like putting everything down and just watching John Lithgow do like one of Churchill's rants, like telling how everybody's a bloody socialist, and it was fucking amazing. So yeah, The Crown. Watch the John Lithgow bits. That's my recommendation for this week. I did like the Skinner line. It's my allowance, Mother, and I'll burn it the way I want to.
I do like she hazes him for not even being able to burn money properly.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
But again, these are when the Skinner jokes work. It's in, it's out, it's bing, it's bang, it's done.
Yep.
None of these extended everything's Agnes jokes. Fuck. Homer telling it like it is. Jesus Christ, he pulled no punches.
What did
He
Homer
doesn't.
do?
Told Marge she has fat thighs.
Oh, yeah. What a
Bart as
piece
well.
of shit.
Yeah. But then Marge gets him back. She
Yeah.
told it how it is.
You didn't have to tell it like it is,
Yeah, The
Marge.
jokes are always funny until they're about you.
The Canyon Arrow is the Cadillac of automobiles. All right, it's time to rank this thing. BT's turn to go first.
Man, I walked in around about a silver, but I feel like I've been talked down a little bit because it's losing its luster now that I'm not in the throes of it. I think I was just seduced by the Canyon Arrow song. But do I grade it up for that? Because it gets quite a lot of prominence and it is great. Ooh, so I'm on the Brilva board. I'm
Almost
just
the
figuring
wrong
out.
episode for it. The Canyon
Yeah.
Arrow thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. I guess I wish there was a bit more plot because it is kind of interesting and, something that feels organic enough. But that whole third part just gets so rushed. I'm going to go with the guts, and they're saying bronze, but I reserve my right to yell things out.
All right, well, yeah, I'm going silver. I get what you mean, but I feel like that's why I've been talked down from a gold. And I feel like this episode had something to say, even though I thought maybe the way they said it wasn't the best, and they were trying to sort of work around the guest stars a bit too much, maybe.
But even then,
also they didn't incorporate them that well.
Yeah.
Like, I think this episode has a lot going for it, even though there are, funnily enough, signs of, the doom to come in future Simpsons. But I still think it's a good ride, and yeah, much like a Canyon Arrow. So silver, Danny, finish it off.
I'm going back to bronze, I think. I liked it, but there's something wishy-washy about it, almost, It feels like they need to either just kind of go deep into him throwing away his capitalist life and coming back as a fiery George Carlin, or they need to, go in a totally different direction, or, I don't know. It's sort of like, yeah, he's not so funny, then he's sad, then he has a bath, and then he kind of comes back, and then he changes his mind.
A bath can really spruce you up.
Yeah.
Especially when a comedian washes your hair. With a monkey.
With a monkey. Oh, God, that really has a good setup line.
It
That
is a
sentence
great
is
moment.
great. I'd wear that on a t-shirt. Bart, I didn't know you, Jay Leno, and a monkey were giving a clown a bath.
We are.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are just like hyping up the song though.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it does feel like it's a bit of a wash of an episode. Like it's unclear what it wants to be, and it resets to zero very suddenly. And you know, it's one of those pebbles that doesn't leave ripples in the lake when you drop it.
Oh, deep, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, well, overall, that'll be a shiny bronze. And this will be the third episode from season 9 to get a shiny bronze.
Pierce Bros.
That is a shiny bros. Pierce Bros. To get that ranking, it'll also be joining Simpson Tide when Homer joins the Navy. And also Natural Born Kisses when Homer and Marge get into doing it outside.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Was Simpson Tide the one where everything goes insane and suddenly Stalin comes back from the dead?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that one.
That was insane.
Yeah. And the other classic era episode to get this ranking was So It's Come to This, a Simpsons clip show, which we reviewed together not so long ago.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I was remembering other things while I was watching that.
Those clip shows, they're so good for helping you do that. I wish they'd make more of them. Yeah.
Why?
All right, it's time for us to get out of here. But before we get out of here, we just like to quickly talk about things that we're into lately that are outside The Simpsons. Book, TV, movies, music, video games. We ask our panel, what are we into? BT?
It's book singular.
Book.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Man, lately I have been playing a free mobile game called Soul Knight, which is basically just ripping off Enter the Gungeon. But hey, if you're going to rip something off, rip off Enter the Gungeon. So look, it's stripped down, but it's, you know, fine. And being free, yes, it does have microtransactions and ads, but you completely can ignore them if you want. And I have, because I refuse to pay money for things.
Like a miser.
Yes, refuse. But hey, if you want a free stripped down version of Enter the Gungeon, yeah, Soul Knight. Check it out. It's fun. It's a little bit improved because I can actually beat it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
unlike Gungeon.
Yes.
Is that an improvement?
I mean, it is for me because I like a sense of achievement.
Which Gungeon does not let you have.
No. So it's like, slap your hand. No.
Oh, you finally made it to third level. Bullet hell, you're dead already. Shag, what are you into?
Well,
Enter the Gungeon just released a new patch, yeah.
they did actually. And there's the Zelda version of Beat Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Tomb of the Necrodancer.
Tomb of the Necrodancer.
Yeah,
sorry.
Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah,
I
looks pretty
enjoyed
rad.
that.
Oh, I just saw the Catch-22 series on Stan recently.
yeah.
Really, really liked it. Only
Cool.
6 episodes long. They're all about an hour-ish. It's got Hugh Laurie. It's got
Clooney, right?
Clooney.
Yep.
Clooney wrote and directed. Well, I mean, didn't write the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
But it's acted really well. It's really well directed, really well shot. It's beautiful to watch. The guy, I can't remember the main character, the main guy. I can't remember the guy who plays Usarian. He's really good in it. Like 22 is one of those books that if you've read it, you're going to be such in love with it that nothing will measure up to it.
It still stands
So-
as one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, it is incredible. And so, like people who get obsessed with Harry Potter and they're like, no, the movie will never live up to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
There is going to be a huge club of people that just like, no matter how good it is, you'll be
Yeah.
disappointed with it, which is a shame. But I think it's incredible. It really made me feel things. It's one of those comedies where the joke is that war is shit and you're trapped in hell. Some
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So I got to the end and it was really like bleak and I was just like shook up. But it's
They,
gorgeous and
stick to
funny
the-
and then it's horrifying and it all leaves you shaken to the core. Like MASH. Not MASH day to day where it's like funny, but like the big
MASH
picture
had
of
some
MASH.
big ones, yeah.
The big picture MASH where they're like, oh shit, we are in war.
Yeah.
That Usari was apparently played by Christopher Abbott, who was famous for being in Girls.
Girls.
I never watched Girls.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's called being a porn actor.
Being in Girls. Oh boy. What about you, Elliot?
What have you been into?
Oh, I
Girls?
thought you'd never ask. Longtime fans of the show will know that me and BT just absolutely gush over Glow, and the third season was pretty good. I think it was lacking a bit of wrestling, though. But I think it was telling a different story, and I think it told it well. Its one failing as a show is it got too many compelling characters, and you just want to see all their stories. But, you know, is that really a complaint of a show that leaves you wanting? But, yeah. So, yeah, of course I was predisposed to loving that, but what I'm actually going to recommend is The Rocko's Modern
It was
Life.
a mislead.
It's my way of getting two things in, and one that I was like, do I wear one? Anyway,
Yeah.
The reboot of Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, so there's a 40-minute Rocko's Modern Life special that came out a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I found this a really cool, compelling watch. The whole thing's actually a big meta-commentary on reboots and change. And yeah, Rocco and Heifer and Filbert, is that the turtle? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come back to Earth after being out in space for 20 years and they have to cope with all this change. And there's just a lot going on in this thing. And it's full of juvenile fart jokes.
I was about to say, is it still full of filthy sex references?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Mrs. Toad next door was a slut.
And she still is. Yeah, it's wonderful. And it's also got a big transpositive message in it as well, which is beautifully handled. And yeah, that also is tying into a big, the whole overarching theme of change in this episode. And yeah, I think they did a really good job of it. And especially itself being a cynical reboot in an age of cynical reboots and commenting on that. Because, yeah, you watched the Invader Zim thing and you weren't won over with it.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. Have you had a crack at it?
Not yet.
It's for the best.
Oh,
I mean, I'm going to.
Oh, I know. But, it was an age where random humor was...
Before the younger generation ruined that kind of humor.
Oh, it was them. Well, it wasn't us.
Oh, it wasn't us.
No. Definitely wasn't us saturating the market with
what we're with is still it.
I see. Well, I think you'll be pleasantly unsurprised. No, unpleasantly surprised. No, look, I'll try Rocko's Modern Life, though.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, highly recommended. I think, because I haven't watched the show in forever, but I loved it as a kid, and I was surprised how many of the synapses were connecting and fucking, I remember this and this.
Laundry day is a very dangerous day. Stays with me.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's time we get out of here. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Danny.
I'm Danny Rosewell.
And thank you, BT.
No, hi.
Wait, that wasn't his name. It was Bumble Dump, Kunkle Chinkle, Kunkle Chunkle, Ginkle Jerk.
When you messed up my last name.
Right. Yeah. Blarney Kakenakanish.
That's right.
Oy vey.
I've been your host, Elliot Jacob Abachat. That's all the mustard in the bear. Yeah.
Canyonero.
Thank you for listening to the Simpsons Index podcast, which is also an online spreadsheet available at thesimpsonsindex.com. You can chat to us online at facebook.com/thesimpsonsindex or at Simpsons Index on Twitter and Instagram. And now please stay tuned for the bonus scenes!
Oh, if I could change one thing, I'd make 7 more minutes of Canyonero. Just it keeps going. Like a 37-minute episode, not cut minutes from the episode.
They release a full prog version.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going. Then it cuts to the 9 news, and then it cuts back and it's Canyonero. You walk out and leave the TV behind, and as you go down the street, it's Canyonero still.
Yep.
You wake up screaming in the middle of the night, Canyonero.
It's waiting for you. We've traced the ads. They're coming from inside the house.
I've also just noticed that we've got large lizards on all our shirts.
Yeah. I got a dragon, you got a reptile, you got a Yoshi. Yeah, nice.
We'll be the Large Lizard Club.
Excelsior.
What does Reptar say?
Reptar, where is Reptar?
He's got it.
Is that really the...
Reptar, nice.
Oh, come on. Oh, cool.
There's no reason to jumble the episodes up, for one thing. The structural order, you know what? This isn't even what I was trying to talk about. I got halfway through rehearsing things in my head, and then I come back in and I'm halfway through the thing I was talking about.
One at a time. Tell them to take a number.
Shit. Hang on, you got give me a sec. Give me a sec.
I haven't thought about getting a thong tattooed onto my foot, but instead of Havianas, write vaginas.
Jesus Christ.
Don't.
You just recorded that.
Yeah.
I know, I've already got a dog with a dick sticking out.
I mean, full support of all your tattoos so far, but no, that one's awful.
You could get a thong tattooed on your foot, but instead of a flip-flop, it's a G-string.
Ooh.
No.
I know, don't do that
from
either.
A guitar.
Hey! Okay, it's still bad. But that's sort of the point, isn't it?
Elevator operator, it's just fun to say. Elevator operator, elevator operator.
All right, quick line test. My line is working. How is your line working, PT?
Elevator operator, elevator operator.
And Danny.
Danny. I can actually use a bit more Danny juice, I think.
Yeah, I'm juicing up your Danny a bit, yeah.
Juicing up your Danny. Michael, your Vincent's.
And American relations with BT Clacaclallaclallacank.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Clacaclallaclallacank?
It's Polish.